no one really knows. It'd be good.
Streaming draft on YouTube.
We're going to do it. People can watch it from around the world.
And we can watch it back whenever we want. And they're like, oh, I had a really good draft. And we'll watch it back like 10 times.
I just didn't compliment your flowery.
It's nice, isn't it?
It is lovely. Yeah, that's it. My nana wallpaper like that. Genuinely. That's it. Almost that print.
You'd be surprised how many things you can camouflage this in front of in the flat. Bedding, where's the laptop gone? Cushions, where's the laptop gone?
Isn't there a lot of flowers in your house?
Yeah, where'd you get that from? Don't do flowers.
Can someone do
Yeah,
a
we lost some
Discord call on their phone or something?
Oh,
Damn it,
so it's what?
we're quit. My
If
job,
you're
man.
on your iPad, we'll do. So what we'll do is I think we'll stream
It's like if I read the right comes up
on YouTube so they can see
If you
us
want-
and
if
our
you want-
Discord separately. So, and if then they just mute us from the stream.
That's why you can't around the corner.
That's what the stream's good. Otherwise, there's going to be some code.
Well, that's why we have the backup.
Yeah.
Got my big chalice, it's just diamond encrusted like chalice.
Oh,
You could have, other than all that stuff,
Sure
you could have
is.
gotten away with so completely forgotten. In all seriousness.
No, I would
Telephone
have
derby.
gone
Is it?
I was
I'm only
only
saying that
Telephone
because I'm
derby.
saying that because I can.
Where are you showing up, bro?
Seriously?
Discord?
You're already logged in on it, aren't you?
No, but I don't know if I can do both of it on.
You'll need to log into it while you're.
I don't know, maybe we can do it both on the same laptop, but it might cover issues. Ben, can you still hear us?
Yeah.
Good. Can you watch along on the live stream on YouTube? Can you check if that's working? So if you mute that, and then we'll have like the chat on Discord, and then you can see us on.
So I've just seen that.
Yeah, you like it? It's looking a bit right, tagging. Hard to patch it up a bit.
I was going to say, yeah, it's several years old now.
It's more than that. It's
12?
yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be 12.
Is the stream working, Ben?
It's not open yet.
Right.
So,
You want me to join the draft room? Does that mean you're going to log out of it?
No, leave it now. No, I just wasn't sure if it could do the webcam for both the stream and Discord. But yes, so it should be fine.
Phil's on Discord now.
oh, Phil?
All right, Phil. All right, we're nearly there.
No, Phil's not alright. He's not
Good to have you
alright.
here.
Contemplate. Is it a minute and a half now for each pick?
90 seconds. What did we do last year? Did we do
2
this?
minutes.
No,
we do.
No, we've
No,
never
minute
done
and a
it.
half fine. No, minute and a half's fine. I'm just wondering.
I think
Minute and a half more than
maybe
this.
we did it 60 last year. I can't remember.
I think we did 60 last year, but that's not on. We should do that. I don't care.
Do we get to like the mid rounds and just go right after this?
Maybe round 5
But
onwards we
we've
changed it
also
to
we've got
60.
less rounds this year as well.
Yeah,
It'll
it'll be
13 rather than 15. So,
Yeah.
And we've got multiple people being auto drafted. So.
Exactly. We should be nice and quick.
so let's do a minute and a half. So
Just say nice and quick.
That's it. It's okay. You can use all that minute and a half if you wish.
Not like when we did it in prime time.
I haven't met for the first minute.
I don't think I got home till like 1 o'clock one morning. When we
That's
No,
right,
Phil,
yeah,
we
yeah.
can't hear you.
That's it. Once we were all here and we had
Phil, say something?
and we had 15 rounds of 90-second draft picks.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Forever. Ages.
Really?
Yeah.
it was brutal.
It depends how quick people are as well. If people are like getting off in 15 seconds, it's not as big.
That's right, yeah.
That was-
People use a whole minute and a half.
If it doesn't put a green circle around his
If
face or his name
A lot
when
of
he's
the time,
talking,
people
knows
sort
the
of know
end
that
of
you're
the
going to go for anyway, don't you? If you're looking at it. There's
Somebody
somebody
you have a rough idea. It's just if the person before you completely cuts you.
That's it. Yeah, quite.
It's literally like, oh.
What happens if after 90 seconds you don't have a pick? It's
It
Alright,
goes to
Phil's
the
not
next
fussed
person
about talking to us, so we
and
can just
you
go
get the
on.
turn after them. So literally you just jump back one space.
Alright.
It's like the end of the world. You
For the
can.
whole year.
Like Dave, I think in the past you've done like a tactical like sort of wait off having you pass from what like you've let the timer run out so you could have a bit more time to think about it.
Yeah.
If you didn't think your players.
I think you're
if
the
you think
only person that's ever done that. Everyone else panics and goes, no, pick someone. 5 seconds.
I'll just spell his name.
Alright, are we ready? Finally.
Yeah, if it's not spelled correctly, you don't get the player apparently.
Okay.
Right.
Just spell wrong on it. Just spell wrong on it if you get the player.
Description, right.
No, I'm just saying.
Sorry, Ben?
Cross wrong.
Oh, I see.
Are you
That's it.
sure you can
I don't know
link to that live stream? Because it's kind of like the
Section of the man.
What, the draft video?
Yeah,
That's what Jerry Jones said.
Oh, the YouTube.
Yeah,
Let me.
that went well for him.
That's good. Tell you what, I'll share it from the app. Yeah.
Who's Tony Pollard? That's it.
Does he play cricket for the West Indies?
That's it. Joey knows who he is.
That's Karen Pollard.
There you go.
Oh, that's a bit of a shocking win. You had a Guerin, didn't you?
I did. I had Aguero once.
There you go, man. It's in the group chat.
I had matey Nilton. I was smashing out of Nilton as well. So it's
I need like a 5-5 in the North London derby today.
yeah. I've got Harry Kane.
Yeah, that was
Harry Kane. Like,
Cool.
that's it.
Kane Lacazette and Ceballos.
Okay, are we all ready?
I'm always ready, Nate. I'm loving it.
Yes.
We're all good here.
Wow, welcome to the 2019 LOC Draft.
Yay.
Various people.
That's it. Tag bunch of fun
Yeah.
across the world.
So we've had it all today. In classic LOC fashion, we had someone retire and a new member both on the morning of the draft day. Welcome, Mike.
And maybe another retiree at the end of the day.
If it goes happening. Right, thanks for stepping in.
No,
We really
no,
appreciate it. Hope you have fun in the league.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I'll run over the basics just for your benefit, but I do it for everyone anyway. So we're going to have 13 rounds. You can see on there what positions are. So the positions obviously did change in the AGM this year, so please be mindful of that. 90 seconds on the clock. You can stop the clock once to talk trade with someone if you want to trade picks or whatever. And if that falls through, you just have the rest of your time. If the clock defaults, you don't lose your pick. You will just move behind whoever's behind you, if that makes sense. So whoever's behind you will pick, and then you'll be on the clock again. So to submit your picks when you're on the clock, you just message them to me on Facebook or however you want. And then I'll say pick is in, come up and announce it to everyone. Tom will update the draft board here as we go along. So if you miss a pick or whatever, you can see it there. Anything else? We might have a break halfway through if we need it.
Volley update is.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Also, we've got a few people Skyping in, so they can see us on the live stream and hear us hopefully.
Yeah.
And they've got the Discord as well, so they can hear us. They'll be messaging their picks in too. Ollie is going to text his picks in. He's going to receive the picks from Chris.
Yeah.
So he'll be and then we've got 2 teams on auto draft. Like I say, we'll just do those based on ADP. But smart ADP, we'll see who it is. And
That's right.
pick
That's
from
right. See who they got.
other than that, I don't think there is anything else other than the normal pre-draft stuff we have. So
Here it is. This is it.
She's
This is what we look forward to.
He's obviously not here, but we always like to start the draft off by marking the end of last season. So we have Coach Bidet's mini.
It's so fresh. It's still got the bag.
Mini, yeah, there's mini memorabilia trophy right there. That's what you're playing for. Actually, no, you're playing for a nice big one. But, yeah, it's a 2018 champion. Well done. Oi.
Still on my desk at home.
And then, of course, we have the map of the LOC Hall of Fame, which we launched last year.
It's nice to go straight in it because he's retired.
I'll read you out all the
that would
votes.
be
5 year waiting.
So we'll go. I read out all the results last year, so we'll do the same. So I apologize, I haven't written what the nomination was for on here, so if someone could remind me as we go, that'd be good. Yeah, Chris might know. So in 12th place in the voting with a grand total of 0 votes, Ben Estes.
Oh dear.
What was your thing again? I can't remember.
That was my comeback kings.
Oh yeah. So 11th.
I think that was the rejection because I won it last year.
Potentially.
That's it. Maybe that's it.
In 11th place, we have Coach Gardner with 1 point. What was his? Do you remember?
It
was
I think it was
something-
losing his name.
Yeah,
Before
losing his
Coach
name. That was it.
That
was it. Losing his name.
Whilst iconic.
Nameless. The nameless season. Yes.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Okay. In tied ninth with 3 points, we have the Dream Team and the Detonators. I can't remember what those were, Chris.
I don't know. Hang on.
Ollie's was for the year that he just won.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Ollie's was
That's it.
28.
Viv's was RG3 again.
RG3. Yes. That's it. Yeah. Exactly that. Why would you?
So in tied. Oh no, it's not. So you were 10th because only 10 people submitted. So Ollie was 9th. That was tied 7th. So in tied 4th, all with 4 points. Ixan, Forge Flyers, and Gridiron Gang.
Oh right. Okay.
Mine was for the GM antics when I had all those injuries. Yours,
Mine
Chris,
was for the combined efforts.
Yeah,
Tennessee
right.
running backs
for your
ever.
team throughout the career, and Ixan was
highest scoring
12 team.
since we moved to the 12 team format.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So then in joint second, both with 11 points.
Big step up.
Is Tom's Tyrants for. Sorry, I've forgotten.
Third rookie.
Oh yeah,
Being
first
the first
rookie
rookie
winner
to-
of the league. Yep. And Phil for was it 5 playoffs in a row?
Oh yeah.
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 Which means then
Oh, that's it. He should have been here.
retiring on a high.
Retiring
as
on
he
a
goes
high.
out. We have Nige with 19 votes for the trifecta. 3 Corona
We
balls.
don't even tell you. We just.
Listen, no, exactly.
But you have a video of you burning
We
it.
can, we can hang out.
There you go.
I'll tell you what, Nate. We'll hang out in the clubhouse.
There's a clubhouse.
Yeah.
And that is a
Oh,
first
now I think we
ballot.
should put all the Hall of Fames in the clubhouse.
Listen,
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
That would be
We
cool.
need a clubhouse.
Yeah.
it's currently your front room, so
Like, yeah. To be fair, 2 of them are hanging in my front room.
Yes,
So
there
it's
you go.
nearly there.
Put mine in there as well if you want the fail.
there you go.
Okay, so
It's a clubhouse until you get a clubhouse.
Holly doesn't like mine, so you can have it. It's still on display, but reluctantly.
so that
Tourist
is
attraction seats.
It's not going to flowers.
Is it behind like a couple?
Yeah. It's got a heart in
Hall of
front of it at the
Fame.
moment.
that's the trophies and the Hall of Fame pen.
£10 entry.
All that's left, as we always know, Mike, we always have a draft video every single year.
That's it.
This year, I think it's my best work. So
That's it.
those of you at home, you go ahead and play it now.
Fucking Spielberg.
Um,
Look at this.
Win Spielberg.
It gets painfully long.
Yeah, I'll
Just
yeah, just mute up for a sec, Ben. I'll
I don't
message
know how
when we're
long
done.
I think it'll be 2 hours long.
I swear when I joined like 3-4 years ago, they were about 5 minutes long, and now it's turned into motion picture.
That's it. I think this is what was it? An
What a
epic.
Tarantino bits with gruesome injuries.
That's it. Oh dear.
So how long's next year's one going to be?
Well, I think this is an epic world record, is it not? This is like. That's it. There's no focus on that. I see you've gone for NFL films as like thing. Oh, huge.
Mine was bigger.
Was Becky wondering what you were doing?
I made her watch it.
She was filming.
The introduction here is. Oh, masterful. Listen, not anymore.
Oh, yeah.
You shall not be done.
Slow shots. Oh, don't tell me he's going to be there.
It
There
was
he is.
probably by some way the best year I've had in the LOC. I dominated the regular season and the playoffs. It was led by strong draft picks throughout. I had a strong running back, or 2 strong running backs, a couple of strong receivers, and a really strong quarterback and Peyton Manning.
The Redmonders had the best season in team history in 2013, romping the league and route to an 11-3 record with the most points scored. This was on the back of outstanding players such as LaShawn McCoy and Reggie Wayne, and Eddie Lacy late on in the draft. The pillar that it also was supported by was Peyton Manning,
And Peyton Manning.
fifth round pick that was heckled by Coach Garrett, who happened to face the Detonators in Corona Bowl 5. Coach Bidette would defeat the Tugboats in a record high amount of points scored in a Corona Bowl, which was also the first time the Detonators had ever beaten the Tugboats.
Yeah, right, Phil.
But the good times wouldn't stay for long.
No, I had a big drop off after the 2013 season. I think we had keepers in the first year, and I was very bored driving to that. My draft strategy wasn't quite working for me. I was taking risks on new players in the league, people which, although there was a risk with them, there wasn't a massive reward behind them. So it was very much, I didn't have a lot to gain from them. I was hit by a few injuries, got some luck, but that was.
After the 4 seasons that followed 2013, the Detonators was ready to try a new, bolder draft strategy than he had done previously.
My draft strategy for 2018, it sort of rounded out my 2017 approach. My 2017 approach was I was going to go running back heavy early, which only a couple of teams did, and I had an unfortunate start to the year. I thought I'd do that this year, but fix that in with some big risk receivers as well, where I'm either going to trounce team and get 150 points.
The Detonators had a strong opening to the draft in Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, Stephon Diggs, and Deshaun Watson. These 4 players would form the foundation of his 2018 roster, with Tariq Cohen and Geronimo Allison also providing valuable support from rounds 9 and 13.
That's the approach. I knew that's what I was going to go for, and that had been the same all off season.
But prior to week 1, there was one more unlikely addition to the Detonators roster.
I feel my focus on running backs, it went over the first few rounds and they sort of dropped off the board. James White was someone I wanted on draft day, but he went a few picks before I got to pick him. As soon as I saw him become available, I was like, well, yeah, I'll take him. He'll sit into my flex spot quite nicely. He's sort of like all around, do it all, pass catching back, which fit in my mold of like McCaffrey, Barkley, and him. They're all going to get rushing yards. They're all going to get receiving yards. If they're not rushing it 1 week, they're receiving it. They
Despite the new approach, the results, at least for the first week, would be the same, as the Detonators started the season with a loss against current champion Forge Flyers.
I don't think I had a bad week. I think it was one of those weeks where it wasn't boom, I was more bust. I still put up a respectable over 90 score. Chris had a very good week. His defense carried him through. His running backs did what I was planning on doing. They sort of carried the game through. I wasn't too beat up about it. I still had strong points that my players were going to live up to the potential which I drafted.
What happened next would change the course of the Detonators' 2018 season.
Anytime you look at week 1 and you see a running back who no one owns who takes more than 50% of the snap count, you're stupid not to go for him. Some people, yeah, they had 3 running backs, fair enough. I didn't. I was still looking for that third all-round running back I could rely on week in, week out, and I thought, you know what, 21 points, yeah, it's affected my budget, but sometimes you've got to pay for what you're going to get. Like, I had to make sure I outbid everyone. Probably could have gotten cheaper, but as it turned out, it was worth that investment at the start of the year.
After the addition, the Detonators won their first game of the season in week 2. However, they would alternate between a few more and would end up at 3-3 entering week 7.
What I didn't foresee was that, yeah, I'd have been last weeks, but they're all coming at different times. At this point as well, for sure Watson wasn't firing. I benched him for a mixture of whichever Bucks quarterback was playing. I don't think I got over 10 of a quarterback score for about 3 of those 6 weeks. So I sort of thought, okay, what can I do to boost other areas of the team? I drafted Jagsty early, they weren't playing so well, so I got rid of those, make sure my kick was consistent throughout. But I had a couple of injuries to them, and I realised I need to change something, and that's what moved on to the following week.
In week 7, Coach Burnett saw an opportunity to give his side a boost with the trade for Ixan wide receiver Alshon Jeffrey.
I was struggling with the weakest point on my team. I didn't have a second wide receiver. I had Stephon Diggs and whoever I could stream that week. I had about 5 running backs at least, so I was happy playing. I had Barkley and McCaffrey go with the starters. Also, I picked up Lindsay, which I touched, and I had James White and I had Tariq Cohen. I can't start 5 running backs, and I thought, right, let's look through the running back needed teams and what do they have? Lots of receivers. Alshon Jeffrey was someone which he's a number 1 receiver in a good passing attack. He had a good year previous years, coming back from injury, I believe, and a suspension. So it was, although his stats weren't great up to that point, you've got to bear in mind he missed a couple of weeks. Looking at his targets, he had about 10 targets each week, and I just wanted quantity. I wanted someone who's going to catch the ball. Yeah, they can catch it 10 times for 50 yards. They're at least getting the ball. So I shopped around. I think I've offered most people Tariq Cohen. No one really bought on that. I had a few little offers back, but someone wanted, Ixan bit back with, how about James White? He was in need of a running back. I thought, okay, I'll ship him over and make sure I secure up my second receiving position.
Despite a 15-point week from Jeffrey in week 7, the Detonators lost, falling to 3-4, and would find themselves at 4-6 entering week 11.
I wasn't too worried at this point. As much as I was saying I had some bad weeks, I didn't drop below 90 at any point in the season, which is quite a good benchmark. I had some okay weeks, and I thought, okay, my team's rallying together. I've got the players I want. I've got no injuries. Most of my bye weeks had gone at that point. My quarterback had started firing again. I had a good backup quarterback for when he had a bad matchup. My running backs were unplayable at that time. McCaffrey and Barkley had gone off for 20 points. Pretty much.
Entering week 11, the Detonators had 4 games to go, but were 9th seed, 2 games behind in the division and wildcard race, and even were as low as 8th on the power rankings, seemingly eliminated by the media.
So I wasn't too worried. Obviously, I needed a lot of luck from other people's results. That was the biggest issue, I think.
And that live
But all I can do
he
is
was
sit and
just
play my
flicking
game,
off.
make
You
sure
were
it's the strongest one I can,
No,
and
it's the local
I'm
one.
working on wins on the
Oh,
day.
got the right.
I was very preppy for next
But
year.
what happened next would be a classic Hollywood tale, one the LOC is accustomed to. The cogs in the Detonator machine didn't change, but they started running.
I don't think anything which I did changed. I think my draft strategy showed through what I intended it to do. So I didn't just win the last 4 games. I could have played anyone in those 4 weeks and I would have beaten everyone. I got a high score each week. And that's what my team was designed to do. It was I'm going to have the okay weeks, which I had up to that point. And then after that, it was saving all the best weeks to last. My running backs couldn't stop scoring touchdowns. My quarterbacks were in massive shootout games. My defense, I was switching it around a bit and I was getting the results I wanted, and ultimately it carried me through.
Do you reckon he felt awkward?
The Detonators won 4 games in a row to finish the regular season, ending with an 8-6 record. The late season turn would be good enough for a wildcard spot and the 4th seed in the playoffs. In week 15, they would face the regular season winners, the Coach Nathwani-led Dream
The
Team.
regular season champs, they've been consistently getting a good score all year round. So I thought, you know what, if I'm going to beat them here, I've got to pull someone out of the bag. As much as a trade for Alshon Jeffrey worked for the regular season, he wasn't going to cut it in a bad matchup. I was scrolling through the players and I saw Mike Williams as a potential pickup. Looking back at his schedule, he was playing Kansas this week. Kansas defense all year had been absolutely abysmal. Back whenever they played at the start of the season, Mike Williams also got 2 touchdowns against Kansas, and I thought, you know what, they've been bigging him up a bit. He's not the number 1 receiver there, so he's not going to be shadowed. Let's put him in and find out. And I couldn't really expect what actually happened. He got 3 touchdowns, about 100 yards, and it basically put me in a comfortable position.
The Dream Team have historically struggled come playoffs, having only won once in 6 playoff games, and despite a strong run at the end, they could not overcome the Detonators. On the back of Mike Williams, the Detonators cruised into Corona Bowl 10, where they would face 2 times champions, Tom's Tyrants.
At this point in time, he was the only 2-time winner of the LOC. He's been to the big game a few times. He knows how to get it done. He's always a good. If anyone gets to the playoffs, always got a good team. So facing someone with that experience as well isn't great. As it was built up, it was basically, was Tom going to build a 10-year legacy, and was he going to be the most dominant player, or was I going to stop him from doing that? So for me, I sort of felt I had the league on my back as well, making sure that not one player took that mantle home. And I took it upon myself to make sure it didn't happen.
Coach Burdett knew the stakes. Coach Barnes was the only coach in the LOC with multiple Stubbs trophies on his mantelpiece. And with the 3rd Corona Bowl in the first 10 years of the league, he would have stamped his legacy as the first dynasty in the LOC. A legacy-defining game, but nobody could have imagined the game exceeded.
Like myself, he had a 3 strong running back setup, but the form that my backs were in, I backed those to outscore his backs all day. I had to bring in, I was playing around with my defense. I thought, you know what, I'm going to play the matchup this week. Brought that in. I also had a bit of a predicament at quarterback. I brought in Nick Foles, which, as we know, as soon as it gets to late in the season, Nick Foles is phenomenal. Deshaun Watson wasn't playing so well, but I decided to stick with my guns. I drafted Deshaun Watson early. I got to the final. I'm sticking with him. That's what I did, and he came on trumps. He had a ridiculous game week. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to stick to the core of my team. Most of the team which I played in that final, I drafted or picked up early on. And it came down to the very last night. Tom made a very good, I was comfortably ahead on the Sunday night games. The very late Sunday game, Tom made a very good comeback through Damian Williams. I was kicking myself for not putting CJ Anderson in, which I'd been toying with all of Sunday. And that would have given me a comfortable win. So I stuck with Philip Lindsay. Stood up to watch, I think it was Oakland v Denver. Oakland was one of the worst run defenses in the league at this point. I was like, I need 5.5 points. It's in the bag. where I wasn't sure if it was going to be a few adjustments, but it turned out on the very last play of Lindsay's year, and that's the story.
The Red Knights won the closest in history, with only 0.3 points separating the two teams. Winning 6 straight games to close out the season, Coach Burdett denied Coach Barnes' chance at immortality, and instead wrote another chapter for himself in the history books.
I think it means more in the first one. I think I had to work a lot harder for this. I had to make some tactical moves throughout the year. And I think it was well earned in the last half. I'm pleased to be now winning my second Corona Bowl. It sort of separates me from other people, and it's sort of giving that one leg up. I still want to hopefully a step in the right direction for this draft strategy.
Oh, mate. I've done yourself. So much football life, mate.
That's what I was going for. Thank you. Yes. That's
That's the LOC, Mike.
yeah.
Welcome.
Oh, yeah, you know what you're in for.
win this year. I wonder how much editing there
So you've got to aspire to even be interviewed now.
Yeah, that was a bit of a passion
I'm
project.
not proud of the win, but if I do, I just feel like I'm 50 minutes.
I'll make it work.
And
so I won't get
camera
fined.
pans at the beginning, and doing like that, just me going, cunt. Phil,
You should definitely do the Marshall Lynch interview. I'm just scared I won't get fined. I'm scared I
So,
won't get fined.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to pay myself.
Oh my god.
so anyone want to see the Corona Bowl logo just before we start?
Go on then,
Yeah.
that's it.
I'll
It's
message
a reveal.
the Facebook chat. Just for everyone. There you
Oh,
go.
there it is.
That's Corona Bowl 11. Right there.
Oh,
That's the logo.
Sure.
Text too late. Sorry, Mike's in the league.
Yes. Sorry, someone beat you.
Maybe.
Right, yeah. We'll just
The first time in LOC.
we
were drafting in a car park.
So do you reckon the Wi-Fi was
Extension cables
Yeah, leave
out
the windows
windows.
open.
leave the windows open? Right, we'll just get going in a sec, guys. So for you,
My classic.
So do I send Nathan a
you said the mystery you pick, and then he gets up
you
and
got the
announces it,
clock there.
and so on and so forth.
Start. Oops,
And
start.
off we go for 13 rounds. Or,
Go. And then you've got to Right.
The old
I love the captain.
It's once he gets done it.
So trips up down
Not in the first round.
Not James.
That's it.
Do typos count?
That's it. Yeah.
Do I pick up
that's
the wrong
it.
player?
You're all right. That's it. Everyone knows what you sort of mean. There's a lot of weird names in there. So
We do get the odd one that gets questioned.
yeah.
Goes, who?
Yeah.
What? Sorry?
There must be some people that have just one letter difference in their name.
That's right. Yeah, exactly that. You can't just put the
Right.
surname either because there's quite a few of the same.
Like if there's a Mike and a Mark.
That's
That could easily
yeah,
be
yeah.
a-
Or Henry
I'll
is
ask you if
Derek
I'm
and
not
Hunter,
sure.
Yeah.
So, right, with that then, I would, go on, we're ready to go.
Yeah, no, that's it. We're ready and primed.
So for those of you out of the room, 90 seconds, obviously, I will shout out 30 seconds left, just to not leave you in the lurch, and for those guys, we'll give them a bit of grace if it's near the buzzer, just because it's only fair. So, with that, I would like to declare the 2019 draft officially open.
Yay.
The Tuck Fards are on the clock. There you go.
Oh. Yeah, they're on the clock.
No, they're on the clock.
Kind of.
Small lag.
Pickers in. The first pick of the LOC draft, number 1 overall, number 1 in round 1. The Tuck Fards selects Saquon Barkley, running back, New York Giants. Bucking the trend is on the clock.
Boring.
Yeah, that's not Saquon.
Yeah, first test for Ben's spreadsheet. Oh, the space is going to screw him too. Oh no.
Oh, there's going to be. I'm going to double spec the thing.
Pick
Well,
is
just
in.
to really screw him over.
With the second pick of the first round, number 2 overall, bucking the trend selects Alvin Kamara, running back, New Orleans. Flyers is on the clock.
Wait to get done. I've got more chats up here.
It's a good thing we're drafting today, considering final cuts were yesterday and loads of shit happened. Because then,
Yeah, loads of crap happened. Crazy Ash.
with the third pick, the first round, number 3 overall, Forge Flyers selects Christian McCaffrey, running back Carolina. The Detonators is on the clock.
McCaffrey, or is he just McCaffrey?
It's
It's
MCC. Little T
McCaffrey.
Big C.
Hello?
Yeah, that's it.
Where you picking this year?
6. And I didn't check that to confirm.
Just look up and go, hold on, see.
Why are you picking this shit? Oh shit, now.
Is that- For the fourth pick, the first round, number 4 overall, the Detonators selects David Johnson, running back Arizona. Bare Necessities is on the clock. I'll message my picks to Tom as well. Just so we have that.
Oh, I just paused it for literally no reason. Enjoy your extra 2 seconds.
Pick is in. The fifth pick, the first round, number 5 overall, Bare Necessities Chubb, running back Cleveland. Tom's Tyrants is on the clock.
Like it.
Kind of want it, Chubb.
It's crazy. On some of the websites, his rankings like as low as 20.
Let's make
Yeah, so those stuff saying, get Nick Chubb in the second round. What? No.
Yeah, how was he getting out the first? What are you doing, you crackhead?
But if he's in the top like 5 like running back for like the first 10 weeks, which he will be.
I don't think it even matters.
No.
because
But
Hunt's going to
when-
need
when-
at least 2
when Kareem
weeks.
Hunt comes back,
I was
he'll
gonna say,
instantly just take over.
He's not
If-
allowed
if-
it.
He might be a receiving back, at most.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
He'll be
Yeah, I
Duke
see.
Johnson.
I don't see it this
Right.
year. I don't see it this year. I don't see it next year either. Chubb's quality.
It's only a 1-year deal for Hunt, wasn't it?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's it. And then he's only there as a backup anyway. I'm like, who is their backup now?
Well, is it? Well,
Quite.
someone, because they traded Johnson, so it's some
There
Rex
is-
Hilliard maybe.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, exactly.
Because then
Who cares? Yeah.
the 6th pick in the first round, number 6 overall, likes James Conner, running back Pittsburgh. Gridiron Gang is on the clock.
On the clock-ish.
Kamara went second.
Phil's already behind.
Is he not looking at the same?
He's obviously got something. Because then 7 overall, Gridiron Gang selects DeAndre Hopkins, wide receiver Houston. Andy Porter.
Hang on, I've got some of his stuff.
Yeah, I've got the picture. He sent it. Is that what you've got too?
I don't know which picture, but probably.
The 8th pick of the first round, number 8 overall, Obi-Wan Kenobi selects Julio Jones, wide receiver.
It's nice of all our autos to be in a row. Where's is it Zeke?
So Zeke is the ADP now. We've got an executive decision in the room here.
I'd give him Zeke. I nearly took Zeke.
He might only miss
Instead of
1
Connor.
week. So he's
Zeke.
still high
Well,
value.
that's at the moment, yeah. It's
Yeah.
all like,
All right.
I was weighing him up at 6.
Yeah, with the 9th pick of the first round, number 9 overall, the Dream Team selects Ezekiel Elliott, running back Dallas. So Niles is on the clock.
And that's left well, isn't it?
According to my ADP,
Is it
Or
Adams?
is it
Devontae Adams is the next.
Oh, yeah, is it? All right.
Because then, with the 10th pick, the LOC Draft, number 10 overall, Southampton, well, Ross's team. Ross's team selects Devontae Adams, wide receiver, Green Bay. Ixan is on the clock. Yeah, he said that. Ollie said to me that a few things differed on his.
Yeah, I've got some of the key differences. I don't know if I sent you that.
he messaged me as well.
He doesn't trust me, the bastard.
No idea what it is.
Oh, have you got the actual sheet, or is that your sheet?
No, this is my sheet.
Oh.
You can look at it if you like.
No, that's fine. Because then
Who picked Adams?
Ross,
Ross's team.
the 11th pick of the
Slightly
first
unofficial.
round, number 11 overall, Ixan selects Todd Gurley, running back, LA.
Oh, there it is.
Pakistan is on the clock. Yeah, no, he said his key differences were.
We probably got exactly the same message. Yeah, he's just confirmed with me. I know what he means.
Okay.
That was double header.
We did talk about it the other night.
Oh,
as well,
you
so
thought
I've
so,
got
okay.
a little bit.
I'll divert to you when it gets done. So I didn't want to look too far ahead because
So
he was
you
right
want
behind me.
If you want,
Yeah, fair
So I
enough.
if
didn't
you
want
want 3 minutes to
Yeah,
decide
we're
that,
slightly
That's what I'm
separate.
doing. I'm already on my first
No,
pick
we're
in my
not.
head,
No,
so
yeah,
that's
we're
right.
all-
Don't want to go off.
I seem to. There was a couple of things I did for. I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
He's going to take them
You've
before I
got,
would.
you've got
So.
the potential
Who was
to do
that
both, mate.
guy, Dan? Who was that guy?
He works for a Raynet group of people that go around looking after events and things with radio systems.
And even if I miss this pick, it goes to me anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is a never-ending job. It just keeps reverting back.
This is where you can do an endless. You can just gerrymander now and never let anyone else.
Gerrymander. I think we need to change the rules on this in the future draft. So if you've got the double headed, the person behind you gets to the lead
Yeah,
for
it's,
We're not doing this today. No,
yeah,
no,
no,
no.
don't change it to
Yeah,
that.
we
That's it. We're already in. We're already in. So.
from round 2. Pat. That's the rule. I'm going to give you the grace on this one, but if you do it again, I'll wait for you.
I'm not doing it. I'm in this.
Thanks for that. Sorry, I'm eating a banana. The 12th pick of the first round, number 12 overall, Pakistan selects Le'Veon Bell, running back, New York Jets. Pakistan is on the clock.
Back again.
Sorry, that's not right. Fuck off.
There you go.
Oh my god!
You stop it.
Close it, maybe? Should close the whole thing. Oh my god! How it's down here.
Oh, it's on the other screen. Right,
That's
note to self, don't let that happen again.
You like it, Pat? You've got an extra 15 seconds.
Cool, brilliant.
Phil's catching up.
Catching up.
I'll let Phil catch up with it because I'm still thinking.
Has David Johnson?
Oh,
yes.
Phil, you on drugs, man? That's it. He's on coffee. That's it.
Basically, right.
Use the draft. So that's what it's there for. Right. Yeah. I'm just catching up. Clearly.
Is he making the coffees? Is he working in there? Because then, the first pick, the second round, number 13 overall, Pakistan selects Tyreek Hill, wide receiver, Kansas City. Big Sanders on the clock.
Big game. Big game player.
So I can have Le'Veon Bell, right?
You can have the Le'Veon Bell without the apostrophe, but don't count on him scoring many points.
Different guy.
That's true.
That's a pretty obvious pick there.
Whereas Le'Veon Bell hasn't played since 2017.
Which is why I didn't want to have two running backs at once. It could die. That's my problem. Is like I can't go too risky ones in the first 2 rounds. Because I did that last year.
It didn't work out, did it? Yeah.
But it did not work. I was going to say it did not work, but it did.
You have Kerryon Johnson for a while, so
Yeah, but I got him in like the 7th round.
don't beat yourself up too much on that one. Yeah.
30 seconds, Ben.
Oh,
I thought these spreadsheets were supposed to be quick. There it is. There it is.
It's not magic. I mean, I could just pick the top grade. And that's what happens when
Keeps the suspense going.
With the second pick of the second round, number 14 overall, Ixan selects Dalvin Cook, running back, Minnesota. Southampton Narwhals are on the clock. And they're on an auto draft, so
I'll turn off the clock.
Michael Thomas is the top of the ADP on mine.
So he's going 0
I
RB then.
can't keep up with
If you're happy with that.
Yeah, you
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I don't really
It's
care.
ADP is ADP.
I'm not going to pick another like 20.
Michael Thomas, Devontae Adams. It does sound like a bit of a tasty receiver partnership.
Because then,
Yeah, I'd be pretty happy.
the With the third pick of the second round, number 15 overall, Ross's team selects Michael Thomas, wide receiver, New Orleans. Dream team is on the clock. Over the same. I've got Mixon next.
Mason next, yeah.
Oh, shit. Now, what am I doing?
Countdown. Okay.
This one's different.
Wasn't on the right one.
Right, yeah.
Right, sorry.
With the-
Michael Thomas.
With the fourth pick of the second round, number 16 overall, the Dream Team selects Joe Mixon, running back Cincinnati. Obi-Wan Kenobi is on the clock. And for the second round,
He's still got one of his round one options available. So,
that one,
yeah, it's got to be.
and the other two are actually on as well.
Yeah,
Because then,
it's pretty obvious out of which one you go.
who's next on my ADP? I'm still next. With the fifth pick of the second round, number 17 overall, Obi-Wan Kenobi selects Odell Beckham Jr., wide receiver, Cleveland. Gridiron Gang is on the clock.
Oh, I can't keep up with this.
That's sorry.
Okay.
Because then, with the sixth pick of the second round, number 18 overall, Gridiron Gang selects Juju Smith-Schuster, wide receiver, Pittsburgh. Thomas Tyrants is on the clock.
I'm glad you took him because otherwise I was going to have to double dip on Steelers.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, it's been-
not on the clock.
Has anyone got a bit of scrap paper?
There's a spare one of these.
Yeah, I normally bring something to write my team on. I completely forgot.
That's why commission prepared.
Thanks so much. Oh, you've got little.
There you go. That's it. It's
That on the front, you can do your own team. That's just if you wanted to fill in everyone else's team as
And
well.
also, it's the old format
It's
as well.
also the old format. The front is the right format.
I'll put it up on the side. It's fine.
Hey Tom, thanks for that. Odell Beckham Jr. Just to clarify.
With the dot.
Look, if you want to do this, mate, crack on.
Yeah, come out.
Rook away.
It's still me.
Yeah. That's good.
Spend.
How did the Reapers draft go the other day?
I already can't remember who's on it. I seem to remember it's good, but in general, people do better this year. I think.
Yeah, that's the sense I feel. My team wasn't ridiculous.
No, last year
Because
my
then-
team was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like I picked like Stephon Diggs in like round 12 or something.
With the seventh pick of the second round, number
Yeah,
19 overall, Tom
Oh,
Tyrants selects. Leonard Fournette, running back, Jacksonville. Their necessities is on the clock. And the clock's still screaming at us. You just click on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go.
Don't know what I'm doing there.
And then click save. Oh, pull that.
Oh, reset?
Yeah.
Cool. Another bonus 5. Is there any more paper? Because I'm losing with my multiple laptop structure.
Game plan's gone to fuck.
I mean, click us in.
Yeah. Sorry to be needy, but I've got a pen.
Do you want to share a pen? I only need it for like.
If there's another pen, I'll happily take my own. Thank you.
It's my pen now. Does anyone want a Pepsi Max cherry?
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Sorry, you said pick was in.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
take us in.
that might improve performance by that 10%. I mean, so.
With the eighth pick of the second round, number 20th overall, Bare Necessity selects Travis Kelce, tight end, Kansas City. But Ed Naders is on the clock.
I found it really hard to value Kelsey this year.
Yeah, I was thinking.
If he repeats, he's top what? 12, where is he? Top 20 at least.
Yeah, I mean, if he does what he did last year, I'd rather have him than Mike Evans, who's kind of like the next guy.
That's what I'm banking on. Really.
Yeah. But how close was he to his ceiling last
Yeah,
year?
no, it's all-
I think he can Yeah.
It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Because
think
we
he can
don't need to
repeat
play
just
them.
in the absence of a second receiver, like Sammy Watkins.
Yeah. He's not going to do much. Like if we'd still been in last year's format, that would have been a steal at this point.
Mm.
But because now we don't have to play tight ends, I'm not sure. It's really tricky.
Ambiguous.
I'm thinking of him more as a receiver rather than a
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thinking more as a back.
Who
Get him down there.
who
Good
took
football.
Travis Kelce? Who was that?
Last year.
No, just Dan. I don't know who was on call. Yeah, no.
I said-
last year as well.
Yeah.
It says that. I'm not just updating this
No,
for
I'm
fun.
blind. No, I can't read that. I'm blind at that distance.
Oh,
I can't just yet. No.
They were going into that third round last year.
That's definitely a steal.
So this pick one drafting in a coffee shop and abroad.
Yes.
Well,
Exactly.
I thought you were about to say a brothel then.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Why did you
That's
think? Why did you think
very
this?
proud of you.
Alaska.
See.
Come on.
Free Wi-Fi.
Okay, maybe he's in a brothel, but did he take his mum? Is the question.
Oh my god. And the ninth pick of the second
Sorry.
round, number
What's he going to
21st.
his mum?
Got you.
Number 21st overall, likes Aaron Jones, running back Green Bay. Forge Flies is on the clock.
See why I was tossing that. Actually.
Oh yeah, Phil will be drafting in another hemisphere next year.
Yeah.
Potentially me as well.
Oh.
Potentially.
Fuck it, I'll go to another hemisphere then.
We'll all go.
Then you won't be so special.
Another planet.
Yeah, no, gotta go on the moon. Draft on the moon.
I'm going to precise it exactly from the equator, so I'm in both hemispheres. Maybe on the Maldives. That'd be nice.
More. Because then, with the 10th pick of the second round, number 22 overall, Fudge Flyer selects Mike Evans, wide receiver, Tampa Bay. Bucking the trend is on the clock.
So I'm a Tampa fan. Mike Evans before me.
Yep.
Stand off.
I should have said no.
I like scumbag. Man. Don't worry, there's plenty of.
Sorry, there's plenty of Tampa Bay left.
Yeah.
And there will
Chris
be
Godwin.
after this.
OJ Howard.
OJ.
Cameron Bryan.
Ronald Jones.
Yeah.
Peyton Barber, if you want to go that far down.
Andre Ellington.
Oh,
How many do we know?
Ronald
It's
Jones.
actually depressing. Oh,
Yeah.
running back
Rashad Perriman.
Oh, I forgot he was there.
But
Surely
they're
he got
They're
cut.
saying, oh,
Surely
we're going to
he
be
got
better this
cut.
year.
He's
I'm looking on
done.
paper going, how?
That's it, yeah.
How are we going to be better?
Literally, the reasoning for they're going to be better is they keep thinking Jameis is going to get better, and they're just going to throw more.
It's a
That's
bit-
the reasoning.
It's a bit like, it's a bit like Tennessee as well, isn't it? They're like, oh, Mariota, yeah,
Mariota's
he's going to be all right.
getting
He's like,
better,
oh.
that's it.
It's the same situation. That year was just.
I think that's the point.
There was actually no. Was it Dak come out that year as well? The
Can't
year
remember.
after.
Pick
Might
is
have been
in.
Dak that year. That sounds about right.
Yeah, it was like the fourth round.
With the 11th pick of the second round, number 23 overall, bucking the trend selects Adam Thielen, wide receiver, Minnesota. The tag files are on the clock.
I'm feeling,
Adam Thielen.
I'm feeling good.
Bam, bam. It's a long wait between these picks at the end.
Go make yourself a sandwich.
Pick is in. The 12th pick of the second round, the next pick's into. The 12th pick of the second round, number 24 overall, the tug file selects Patrick Mahomes, quarterback, Kansas City. Tug files are on the clock, and the pick is in.
Does he pick David Williams? Or does he go for Antonio Brown?
With the first pick of the third round, number 25 overall, Tuckfeld selects Keenan Allen, wide receiver, LA Chargers. Bucking the trend is on the clock.
Let's see. How did he? There's no surprise there.
Pat, can I take you up on your offer of the best?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm capable, I swear. Just not of this. I'll take it out of the bag.
Represent. The second pick of the third round, number 26 overall, bucking the trend selects Antonio Brown, wide receiver, Oakland. Which flies is on the clock? Represent. The third pick of the third round, number 27 overall, Forge Fly selects Damian Williams, running back, Kansas City. The detonators is on the clock.
Nope.
No, I wouldn't be either. I don't think. In fact, I was hoping people were going to be. And he was
That's
gonna
it. Yeah, exactly. That's it. I've got no concern there. I think that he's been booking late for one specific reason, just in case something, just in case he goes down.
That's what
They had no other veteran back at the
They
time,
don't.
wasn't it?
That's the
Their
thing.
backup was a rookie,
You know,
who was more a scatty back anyway.
100%.
So.
100%. So.
And they managed to trade Carlos Hyde somehow.
That's it. Yeah.
As if they weren't going to cut him.
Well, the Texans were traded the guy they were going to cut, so it's just like.
Oh, I didn't know the Texans guy, so yeah.
That's about the only good bit of business.
I
they
couldn't
did.
quite figure out how the Texans, with the worst O-line in the league, managed to trade an O-lineman.
Yeah, I know. I was like, who wants this O-line? And then the Chiefs.
Even the Texans could deem him not good enough.
Yeah, the Chiefs cut George Allen as well. It was their O-line. He's been like a star for a while, but like they re-signed him in this offseason.
All done.
Cool. Although he has not seen you're on the clock message.
Do we give a little bit of grace for people?
He's by a Paul.
Okay, so I reckon we give him less time.
Less. Yeah. It's an important spelling, what?
Say sorry.
Like that? Yeah. You got it. Then. Oh my draw.
Excited in here.
For the fourth pick of the third round, number 28 overall, Belednator selects Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay. Their necessities is in the book.
Ditch
Didn't see that
DSW.
coming.
Oh. This hero from last year.
Well, it wasn't his hero.
And he's just taken Aaron Jones as well.
Yeah, my final game.
Not only,
Banking on that before.
not only does he love Green Bay, he loves Aarons.
Yeah.
Sooner than
So many Aarons going on there.
Who was Matt LaFleur with last year?
Rams. I think it was the QB coach because they didn't have a coordinator.
To be fair, the improvement they got out of Goff last year, imagine if they got out of Rodgers.
Then, with the fifth pick of the third round, at number 29 overall, Ben Necessity selects Deshaun Watson. Quarterback Houston. Tom Terrence is on the clock.
Another good QB, right?
It's it.
Chris Schumer, I think he's got the Deshaun Watson.
You know,
Apparently there's no capital in the. Oh, fuck. Now I'm in round 10.
We're in the future now.
God, good. Now I can draft my mind.
You know, it was one round. Because then you just made my choice.
Yeah, I reckon we were weighing up the same two players.
Yeah. With the sixth pick of the third round, number 30th overall, Tom's Tyrant selects Chris Carson, running back. He's on the clock.
I would assume you wasn't coming. Should I start the clock or are you basically there?
Because then, the seventh pick of the third round, number 31 overall, Gridiron Gang selects Devonta Freeman, running back Atlanta. He's on the clock.
Spelled it wrong, mate.
I know.
You spelled an NFL player wrong.
Jesus. How do you spell?
It's an E. The first
Devontae.
one.
Yeah, I can. I was thinking of Devontae.
It's a, yeah.
I was like, I'm pretty sure it's a Devontae.
Right.
Don't
You
know.
got his pictures up.
Cool. So that one I make it out. Everyone else is gone.
Yeah,
He didn't have a change on that pick, did he?
I talked him into bumping him up because he had him in like the 6th round originally.
So
Mate, seriously.
Because then,
Yeah, these are the ones drafting guys.
with the 8th pick of the 3rd round, number 32 overall, Obi-Wan Kenobi selects David Montgomery, running back. And the
He
ADP.
really wanted him. I was like, if you want him, you need to get him in the 3rd, maybe 2nd.
Some rankings have him like the 6th and 7th. I'm like,
Also, we've got.
Just didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, that was
he's
like
got
the
two running backs.
yeah,
He's got-
yes, he's got Elliott and Nixon. The next on the
It's
ADP,
Cooper, surely.
I've got Kerryon Johnson on my ADP.
Well, there's no harm taking 3.
No, you can start 3, so there's no problem.
All right, let's do that then.
Everyone's happy. Well, I mean, this
Well, 'cause
ADP seems pretty low.
Well, I'm not happy, but-
Drops. We'll end up with 3 receivers in that sense.
Which is
We
also
can do that.
fine.
No,
Right.
he won't because the next ADP is another running
He's another
back.
running back. That's fine then. Okay, let's do that then, Jacobs.
With the 9th pick of the 3rd round, number 33, and running back Detroit. Narwhals are on the clock, but that pick is in, and they with the 10th pick of the 3rd round, number 34 overall, Southampton Narwhals selects Josh Jacobs, running back Oakland. Ixan is on the clock.
God, that was a heck of a running back.
Yeah, I think if we go off ADP, it's also the most logical.
Yeah,
Because
I-
rankings-
There's so much
Because
flexibility.
if we start thinking objectively about things, it's just going to go off. Yeah.
Like you say, we'll make sure it doesn't get a 4th running back.
Yeah,
We'll just
exactly.
pick the top highest non-running
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Running back.
Yeah, because that's kind of like the one limit, isn't it?
Yeah.
So from now on, we feel they're starting
Alright.
with whatever's top.
I think it's 3 running backs there excellent. So he's got Zeke as well. If
Yeah,
that
there's
comes
some
to-
risk there.
Zeke, Aaron Johnson, who?
That
Zeke
is
comes
like the
back, it's really
riskiest
good.
backfield.
Yeah.
If Elliott doesn't report, Mixon's on a shite
Oh,
toe line
yeah,
and a
yeah.
shite offense, and Johnson.
It's on the
Is
shot.
Andrew
Yeah,
Wade.
yeah.
You could argue Joe Mixon was on a shit offensive line last year as well.
Yeah,
Well, it's
it's got worse though. It's got worse.
It's got worse.
2 retirees and an injury. Pickers in.
never going backwards. It's
Oh, I forgot to put it on the clock. You're welcome.
He
back.
had it.
with it in a minute.
With the 11th pick of the 3rd round, number 35 overall, Ixan selects George Kittle, tight end San Francisco.
Nice.
Hadastan is on the clock.
Okay.
All right then, Mike. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just scribbling out names.
It will make more sense when
On
the
your,
game
on your
starts.
overwhelmed limit, how high are you feeling?
I just went Mike Evans. I'm sad.
Trade for him. Trade for him.
No one good
Because
to
then-
trade,
Probably not.
That's a good pick, Pat. I like it. With the 12th pick of the 3rd round, number 36th overall, Hadastan selects Sony running back New England. Hadastan is on the clock.
I put a tick next to him. That means I kind of interested.
Oh, so. Cross him out.
It's
It's gone.
You go.
fine. I think that's a good point for me.
Yeah.
That someone I was interested in went earlier
It's a
than,
good
earlier
point
than you
to
should
be
have.
You're thinking of the right guys, yeah. So
I'll take that as a moral win.
you're on the right
Probably,
lines.
I might have winged
Oh, dear.
Freeman.
So far, but,
But I
Freeman's
can't.
gone there.
Because then-
100%. Yeah.
all right.
Falcons
And
fan.
Fido
Do
as well.
not trust him to be on the field.
Who?
I don't trust
Freeman.
him really to
That's
stay on the
I
field.
know,
Yeah.
yeah. But
On the
I just
upside,
don't like
the
the kind
opportunities.
of,
yeah,
you get
definitely.
two quick hits. and
You'll
you've
probably
got
get
like
10 amazing games out of them.
With the first pick of the
Let's get
4th round,
QBs
number
again.
37 overall, Hadastan selects Robert Woods, wide receiver, LA Rams. Ixan is on the clock.
Can I just check, is Derek, is he,
Oh,
you know,
he's shit.
last night,
So
but
it's shit offense.
That's
No,
it.
he had a calf injury this preseason, but it was nothing serious.
And a very sketchy offense.
The offense. That's probably the only downside.
shit offense is fine, that's fine. I like the,
Yeah, the only reason why is because Carson's obviously had the injury history as well. So I'm
Does
just
it
like,
say play?
whereas
He was a- I think
Freeman,
Derek
I
was a good
can't,
running
there's
back.
no
Just needs to be on the.
competition.
I've seen that.
And
No,
there's
you're
no
quite
competition, I completely agree. Because then,
Mike
David's left
like
160 touches or something.
yeah,
as well.
sorry,
So
it's not going to
That's why
Penny's
Carson was so
had
good.
two running backs on the board, so Michelle.
I was for safe over upside.
Don't
Wrong
do
thing
it,
to do,
yeah,
third
yeah.
With the second pick of the 4th round of the 38 overall, Ixan surprisingly selects Derrick Henry, running back Tennessee. Ross's team is on the clock. They are.
Because I just imagine having some games like you'll be starting off really well and you get like you guys in first.
Why do I put
brilliant,
Woods?
then-
So I've
and then
got
they'll
Amari
just score
Cooper
them
as
back
the
like 5
highest.
times and then it's
I haven't got
like,
the
Neil
idea,
Lewis,
so-
bro, Neil Lewis.
I'll figure out Ollie's for you. Do that.
If you don't ride him,
With the third pick
split it.
of the fourth round, number 39 overall, Southampton Knowles selects Amari Cooper, wide receiver Dallas. The dream team is on the clock.
He's got to have a receiver.
Yeah, receiver, it's going to be this guy. With the fourth pick of the fourth round, number 40th overall, the dream team selects Stephon Diggs, wide receiver Minnesota. Obi-Wan Kenobi is on the clock.
He's getting cut.
Pick is in. With the fifth pick of the fourth round, number 41 overall, Obi-Wan Kenobi selects Cooper Kupp, wide receiver, LA Rams. Gridiron Gang is on the clock.
This is exactly how it was in the mock, by the way. Nick.
Was it?
Yeah.
Exactly. Everyone's
Your
made.
your team or
No,
my
yeah.
team?
No, your
Your team.
No, your team. This is how this is how
Is
it
it
was.
really?
Well, that's it. If you
Do I get it again?
if you don't go for it, then that's it. This
I
is-
can't remember who I picked, but I think it is. With the sixth pick of the fourth round and 42 overall, Gridiron Gang selects Brandon Cooks.
No.
Oh, Jules. No,
Yeah, that's
Jules.
it, yeah. No.
Kind of, if it wasn't Cooks, it would
Yeah,
have
yeah,
it
it's,
would have been. Yeah, it would have been. Tom Science is on the clock.
Oh, dear me.
Yeah, no,
This was the choice.
Yeah, nah, Cooks is safer. Edelman will miss a few games.
Yeah.
It does. It's also quite a crowded offense. Though.
Oh,
I know they're just quite autonomous, but
Receiver wise, I don't think it is. I mean, you think of throwing James White.
he'll never lose his role. His role is his role as long as he's on the field. But yeah, you're right. Because then, with the seventh pick of the fourth round, number 43 overall, Tom's Tyrant selects Chris Godwin, wide receiver, Tampa Bay. Ben Necessities is on the clock. This was always going to happen with us three drafting right next to each other. We're constantly taking each other's.
Is you not in the fucking middle?
No. Me and my dad get the end of the run of the toss-ups, like it's
You did?
just Carson and Freeman. And I think my dad took it. Who did my dad take?
The show.
I don't know what I was on.
The show. That's not how you
So Brandon Cooks.
Fuck off! I just
Calvin.
noticed that, you bellend.
Brandon.
It's the grammar, please, is it?
Seriously.
It'd be spelling, please.
It was better. Seriously, Ben, you're doing this next year.
Well, I was thinking it might come down next year, so
Oh, sweet. Come on.
Wanted?
Yeah.
Shame we'll wear in different continents at that point.
either that or go to
Yeah,
Australia.
it's just Ben in the office on his own. 25 seconds.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Spell Godwin wrong as well.
Fuck off, Phil.
Well, that's why I brought up that
Galdin.
because I changed Brandon Cooks, and then I was like Galdin as well, mate.
I think it's gonna be
The screen's actually quite far away from me.
10 seconds.
You can see it much better than I can.
I'll take
Pat
that.
can't even read it. That's how far away
Because
it is.
then,
Yeah, I'm blind.
You're doing a great
the 8th pick of the 4th round, number
I don't need your
44th
justification.
overall, Ben Necessity selects Tyler Lockett, wide receiver, Seattle.
Oh, fuck off.
That's a good thing.
The detonators is on the clock.
Some efficient borders catches as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. He had the highest catch rate, and his
Yeah.
average depth of target was ridiculous.
With the 9th pick, the 4th round, number 45 overall, the detonators selects James White, running back, New England, which flies is on the clock.
Wasn't it like Russell Wilson was scoring like
Anyone feel like that's a little bit of a reach?
James White?
I might have
In the
yeah,
fourth.
I would.
Fifth, I would have been okay with.
Yeah, I would have taken
A
him in the
reach.
fifth.
Pick is in.
I would have considered it my next pick. Oh,
Yeah, my next pick for sure. With the 10th pick of the 4th round, number 46 overall, Forge Flyers selects Marlon Mack, running back, Indianapolis. Bucking the trend is on the clock.
Yeah, I'm throwing the dice that one. Well,
He's worth it there.
I mean, they are
Yeah,
going
he's
to run.
worth it.
Everyone's going to know they're going to run.
That's it, yeah, exactly that.
Stack the box.
I'm happy with that.
He'll be good for
He's my,
at least 1,000 scrimmage yards and
He's
at
my
least
third back.
6 touchdowns. At least.
so, yeah, I'm not.
It's not bad.
It's just whether it comes in like 50
year when he
yards
came
a
back from his
game.
injury, he was a solid player, but
Yeah.
without
About Andrew Luck.
luck there.
They've still got Andrew Luck, they've still got everything that was good about them except the QB.
I think everything that was good about Andrew Luck probably includes Andrew Luck.
Yeah. I don't know, Brissett's had 3 years to just.
I
I
can't message that.
I don't think he's the worst QB. Though.
If I can have picked up T.Y. Hill,
Because then-
I'm going for the Lord.
Oh,
Someone's
the-
going to have to pick him up eventually.
With the 11th pick of the 4th round, number 47 overall, bucking the trend selects Melvin Gordon, running back, LA Chargers.
Big.
They let him seek a trade, didn't they?
The top
Yeah.
cards are on the clock.
Where's
But who's going to trade for him?
Where's he going to go? Buffalo?
No, not
Tampa.
It could be
We can't
Tampa.
afford him.
Houston haven't got anything
He can't-
left to trade
That's,
with.
that's what you got off, Mike, isn't it? You
Couple
heard
of-
that
Yeah, yeah.
it's a chance you can get.
I do need one.
Yeah, it's going to be.
I said before this morning the Texans, but they
I was going to say
haven't.
Texas, yeah. But it's just how much he wants, sort of, contract-wise. It's just if you can put him in.
That's a lot.
With the 12th pick of the 4th round, number 48 overall, the top card selects Mark Ingram, running back, Baltimore. Top cards are on the clock.
NBC.
Doing a bit of research.
What pick is in? Pick
Is it outrageous?
It's probably the most outrageous pick we've ever hit in the LOC.
Oh my days. Greg Zerline.
Is it Bears D?
Chicago Bears D.
With number 49 overall, the top card selects wide receiver
What's he doing
Jackson.
there?
Bucking the trend.
What is he doing there?
Oh, I'd rather have the Bears D.
All right.
I have to scroll so far down to find him on my.
All right.
Give up. He's not on there. In fairness, it's a good pick in round 8.
You might have, yeah.
I'd say.
He was on my list as a better pick, but nowhere near that.
Pick is in. The second pick of the 5th round, number 50. Selects Baker Mayfield, quarterback, Cleveland, which flies on the clock. Chris, could I tempt you with a trade?
No.
Okay.
Fuck you.
I'll be stolen traces many times, so if we can do one.
Now I want to know, try and work out who you've been trading for, but I've got bloody ADP. Right,
I may have not eaten a lot when I come
when
in.
you when you like completely rejected the trade, I assumed you knew who you were going to pick, but it was just a no, I don't want to trade.
Nathan's up to something here.
I don't know. Last year when Nathan traded, it was to get Gostkowski. Maybe let him crack on.
Is it? Does he want Julian Edelman?
Don't pick Julian Edelman.
Pick is in.
Not a bad pick.
He's definitely picked Julian
With the third pick of the 5th round, number 51 overall, Forge Fly selects T.Y. Hilton, wide receiver, Indianapolis. The detonators are on.
You're not just not afraid of
Oh, you
the Colts, you're actively seeking them out.
And Frank Reich, I trust.
So the hidden value.
That's what's going to be interesting in Green Bay this year.
That's
Cope with it.
See how Jones get some good work.
think down there, I'd be yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Me and Ollie are discussing a trade. So we'll give him this match.
That's fine. Yeah, do what you gotta do.
Is he interested in the trade?
Present. Dad, you want to trade? With the fourth pick of the fifth round, number 52 overall, but then there's selects Mike Williams, right wide receiver, LA Chargers. And necessities on the clock. Can we trade? Do you want to trade?
Craig. Well, it depends on whether you want the player I want or not.
Well, we all know who Nathan wants. Is that who you want?
Is it Julian Edelman?
Yeah.
Pick us in.
I've never had him, man. I fucking want him.
Yeah, well, I kind of guess it, but he's at the top of my ADP at the moment as well. I was like, I see what he wants.
Pick us in.
That was so sad.
With the pick of the fifth round, number
Should I write it
53
in
overall. Then necessities selects Julian Edelman, wide receiver, New England.
Do you know you probably do that? Your
Thomas Torrance is on the clock.
I was wondering why everyone was passing him up. He's still there.
Yeah, it's a good bet.
Hey, if
But I knew as soon as it's like as soon as you said the Goskowski last, it was like, oh yeah, he wants a Patriots player, don't he?
Sorry, mate.
I'd have
I
done
couldn't pass it.
I'd have done it.
For all your picks, I would give you this one.
It wasn't going to be an enticing offer. There was only 2 spots I would have moved up. I can't pay the bank for that.
Yeah, it's true. Let me go. Look, it's all trades after the trade.
Doesn't work as
No.
well.
Who
Players
was your
picks
first
is
round- who was
easy.
your first round pick, Nate?
It was my first round. Yeah.
How much do you
I thought it'd be brilliant. Brilliant if you just put Julian Edelman on the bench for the whole year, to sort of let him sit there. They're just like,
do that. Okay.
Oh, I don't know what I'm going to pick.
how far am I? I'm off a while. Oh,
It's better than my first 5 picked 2 hours ago.
Yeah, well, I see.
They didn't exist 2 hours ago.
You didn't know what you were doing.
I mean, still don't.
Oh, I've put myself.
You're doing a good job, Mike. It's bearing in mind that this is your first draft.
I picked 5 players I've heard of. That's always a good thing.
Does help.
I don't like this way. I don't like just sitting here.
No, that's it. Well, you got to look 3 steps ahead, Pat. You got to look
But the
six.
great thing is that, like, if you're in the middle, you always sort of think, oh, is this person going to drop to me?
Where's
Like,
the
you
ADP
take your
sheet?
pick and you go,
Right,
no one's going to drop to me.
that's so wrong. I'm going to make it very
22 players
quick.
ago.
Where's the ADP
You just don't know
sheet?
where they're going to. Yeah,
There is
you know
one
what I
on
mean?
mine.
Because then
You want to see it on
Curveball.
mine?
Curveball.
Yeah, what everyone else is drafting.
Stevie's a weird one. I mean, that's
Huh?
yeah.
Well, this is what we'll be also drafting off.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Can I quickly?
Yeah.
That's it.
Ignore the stars.
Yeah, I didn't know.
That's it. So but you could end up in going to a
Can I?
Sorry.
yeah. Well, he's not standing out that bad, but you can get trained.
I just know he was a lot there playing.
Wherever he goes, he's going to be the number one.
We went
Wherever
on.
he goes,
Yeah, sorry.
Phil, second
Sorry.
time, my bad. Holmes, Keenan Allen, Mark Ingram, and D.B. Westbrook.
just make sure you take a surefire start. In fact, you don't necessarily have to, as long as you've got your decent receivers.
I don't know whether this is sorting the wound or not.
Yeah.
I was
The
thinking
one
about
running
it.
back is excellent.
You don't even need it.
Because then,
You don't
with
have
the
to-
sixth pick of the
you
fifth
start
round,
one.
number 54 overall, Tom's Tyrant selects Josh Gordon, wide receiver,
I
New
like
England.
you have to start one.
Gridiron Gangs on the
Five
clock.
receivers if you want to.
Josh Gordon.
Okay.
Are they going to resign Demarius Thomas?
I think so.
I read that this morning somewhere.
I heard that they were pretty much banned.
I think they have to. Bearing in mind that where the hell is
Bearing in mind, Josh Gordon only plays 4 games a year.
Well, yeah, that's right, exactly. But when he does, he does. But when he does, yeah, exactly that.
Because then,
The ranking boss here.
Let's see. Well,
That's it, Tom's armhole.
the seventh pick of the fifth round, number 55 overall, Gridiron Gang selects Philip Lindsay, running back Denver. Obi-Wan Kenobi is on the clock.
Oh, right.
Is this,
Last guy I had left for the fifth round, right? He was on the borderline of that.
How many L's there on Philip?
there's two.
Question.
One at the beginning, one at the end.
All right.
Fill it.
One at the beginning, one at the end.
That's why.
Got it, I've got it right there. P-H-I-L-L-I-P.
Not P's, L's.
I'm just
Sorry.
L's, I'm just P.
This
Sorry.
the first option here is now a different quarterback.
Yeah, he
Mm.
wants he had some feedback.
Oh,
He
just
wants
keep my mouth shut, man.
to
Just keep my
start
mouth shut.
targeting running back.
I think that's a weird one.
Yeah,
I
he's
think I'll
gonna
say,
say,
I'll help them out.
I can see people looking at you like, what? I'm
Yeah.
thinking that.
What's the
Seriously?
team looking
Sure.
like?
Yeah.
He's got 3
That makes more
receivers, 1
sense.
running back.
Dear me.
I've got to get my ears checked.
I mean,
Yeah, man.
it's tough. Isn't it?
Fucking hell. Loving it.
What do you think?
Don't know. What are the chances? What's the ADP looking like? What are the chances that guy's going to be there anyway?
Should we go for
More likely
kickers now?
than that one.
Okay, we'll give him the
I need to
receiver.
get some players back to me.
Then, with the 8th pick of the 5th round, at number 56 overall, Obi-Wan Kenobi selects Kenny Golladay, wide receiver, Detroit.
Okay.
The Dream Team is on the clock.
That's not good. Okay.
So he's got 4 right receivers.
Let's go for these
No,
guys.
say the ADPs.
Sorry.
Sorry, yeah, I forgot this
Yeah. That's
one.
he's going for it.
So, oh wait, so who's 5th game?
Oh, sorry.
That,
Yeah.
who's
Oh,
got?
that one, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Present. With the 9th pick of the 5th round, number 57 overall, the Dream Team selects Zach Ertz, tight end, Philadelphia. Southampton Narwhals are on the clock.
Damn.
Pick is in.
I was wondering why he was taking a little while.
With the 10th pick of the 5th round, number 58 overall, Southampton Knowles selects Tevin Coleman, running back San Francisco. Igsan is on the clock.
Bollocks. Bollocks. That's bollocks.
Balls.
Absolute crap.
Excellent. Let's actually put someone on the clock for a chat.
The War Room.
This is Phil's war room. Strong.
Only Churchill had that.
What do you reckon if we all just rocked up to a cafe area to do this?
Yeah, can you imagine it? It'd be like, what?
Just order like 3 tap waters between us. That's the Wi-Fi code complain.
Keep bringing them jokes.
No, I'm not going to Hooters.
That's it. It's a nice tune, Bruce.
Because that, oh no, it's not.
Good old America, don't give a shit.
Oh no.
I'm currently on my 2nd tap water.
Hero.
What?
His tea must be a bit cold by now. Then.
That's it.
30 seconds, Ben. With the 11th pick of the 5th round, number 59 overall, Igsan selects Tyler Boyd, wide receiver, Cincinnati. Palestine is on the clock.
I'm very tempted by Tyler Boyd.
Leave that offensive line.
I don't see. He's just going to be.
He's got opportunity, especially without Green, though. Because his numbers are. I think his numbers are actually better with Green than without. So it's still good.
But they were pretty consistent. Didn't really matter.
It wasn't bad. Last bit.
That team is just going to be a dumpster.
Yeah, well, that's right, exactly that.
Unless Zach Taylor is some magical offensive guru, which I don't believe he
Who's
is.
a bigger dumpster fire than
They
them?
believe
Miami.
it.
Must got to be Miami.
Oh, my.
Miami just traded their only player they said wasn't on the trade block. That's how much of a dumpster fire they are.
They are so
On the upside, they've got a ton of first rounders.
The amount of picks, they've got 2 first rounders in each of the next 2 years and 4 second rounders in each of the next 2 years. What is
4
that?
in each.
Yeah.
What?
That's what I read, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, this is just going to be a lost year for them, isn't it?
Because then,
Apparently, they are on track.
Well, yeah, exactly, yeah.
with the 12th pick, the 5th round, number 60 overall, Palestine selects Miles Sanders, running back Philadelphia.
Oh,
Palestine is on the clock.
top of the committee there.
If anyone's going to stop it being a committee, it's going to be here.
True that.
Is it Saunders or Sanders?
Sanders. Like the Colonel.
That'd be great if that story broke out. Distant relation of Colonel Sanders from KFC.
Clucking all the way to the Super Bowl.
Because then, oh my word.
That's always a good noise. Oh my word.
With the first pick of the 6th round, ADP wise, it's okay. With the first pick of the 6th round, number 61 overall, Pakistan selects Robbie Anderson, wide receiver, New York Jets. Big Santa's on the clock.
Terrible.
It's the definition of massive upside
Yeah,
and absolutely no flaw.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because
He's on my bench. He's on my bench.
no. I mean, like, if Darwin takes a step forward, he could be insane.
Yeah, and also he's did a little bit of calf problem, but you're like, it's not too bad. I didn't know if that was a good. Oh no.
It was not my word. Like that was a lot to take.
It's just
It's on my bench. It's alright.
full dysfunction. It's the New York Jets.
The second pick of the 6th round, number 62 overall, Pakistan selects Calvin Ridley, wide receiver, Atlanta. Southampton Argos are on the clock.
Here we go.
Who was that? Sorry.
I'll figure out all these for you.
So Ross has a full starting roster now.
Good.
As
Tight end,
in
kick
skill
out.
positions.
Does
He doesn't have a quarterback.
Go.
They're starting.
Well, if let's put him
Or
on
do
the
we-
SD.
Or do we just want to keep doing ADP?
If ADP is,
I'm only messing.
Ross would draft a quarterback now.
yeah,
Okay.
I think you draft that quarterback as well.
This is the next highest in ADP.
Oh yeah, he very good.
For the third pick of the 6th round, number 63 overall, Southampton Argos selects Matt Ryan, quarterback, Atlanta.
You got to think of it
Dream
as
team is on the
he's not going to be maintaining his team a lot, so you want to have a QB
No.
sort of lead.
He's going to be there.
Right.
Assuming
Viv.
Viv also.
Gonna go
So
QB.
he's got a full team as well.
Right.
I think Viv will go for the next. I presume
I don't think he'll go for a QB.
With the
Yeah,
4th pick of the 6th round, number 64 overall, the Dream Team selects Carson Wentz,
Yeah, that's
quarterback,
At
Philadelphia.
least he's got someone to support. Yeah.
John Minobi's on the
That's a good
floor.
That's going to be.
Do we maybe do the same to him?
Well, he's actually got his players, hasn't he?
Yeah, but because he put him on the two opportunities, and that would have been Wentz. So
Yeah,
I'm
so
just
is it-
thinking, or
Or. Is he gone? I think so.
No.
So he's gone.
What's
yeah. If he's given, does he have another?
Yeah.
The only thing is he hasn't got another QB. Just have to-
Oh, he did tell me who he.
It would have been Wentz.
No, he did. He did have a backup.
Oh, okay.
If I don't get him, then
are we
somewhere.
going to go for a break at sort of the
I
7th
don't know
round?
if he told me or.
Yeah, we could take a break at the end.
A wee break.
This
A wee break.
Um.
My bladder's getting a little full.
Johnson.
Fair
He's,
enough.
he
As
has said
I
about
drink
getting more
more.
running
I've
backs.
heard of that. You could
I'll
tweak
switch
between
on
pace.
Yeah, then I've got to come back and sort of catch up on my cross and all.
You've got like 15 minutes to catch up.
That's
Yeah.
gonna say.
True. Very true.
With the 5th pick of the 6th round, number 65 overall, Obi-Wan Kenobi selects Duke Johnson, running back, Houston. Gridiron Gangers on the clock.
Dookie boy.
I feel like Duke Johnson's a junior as well.
That over ADP.
It's not on here, but I
What,
thought
you
you
mean,
were
like, you mean he's quite
I'm going to put
done
it in
early, or-
just for Ben.
I had it down as a sleeper for a later round pick.
He's 56.
Some
Never mind.
fantasy pros hate him.
Yeah,
sure
I do.
why.
Oh, what?
Well, it's because they knew somebody
He
was
is a
going to come
junior.
in. Because
Possibly.
he's
Randy
not
Johnson
free down
Jr.
back,
by
he's
name.
whereas-
Yeah.
Sorry?
Randy
So they
Johnson
knew that,
Jr.
oh, someone's going to come in.
His real name's Randy.
Randy.
I think
That's so
he
much
should,
better than
but
Duke.
The more he gets also
Stick with Randy, boy.
hasn't really passed to the running back in the past.
No,
They
no.
also said about Captain Christian McCaffrey.
True.
So
Yeah, that's exactly.
they,
Yeah,
I think teams just adapt.
yeah. I'd be surprised if
They might take a year for it to get sorted out.
I'd be surprised if they went in for Melvin Gordon.
Yeah.
That sort of team that needs a guy like that.
I think who went to the Texans? I can't remember.
Hyde.
It was Hyde, yeah, that was it.
Because then,
Don't really seem to do much though.
with the 6th pick of the 6th round, number 66 overall, Gridiron Gang selects DJ Moore, wide receiver, Carolina. Tom's Tyrants is on the clock.
Can't decide if I'm buying into that.
Sorry?
Can't decide if I'm buying into that or not.
So you nicked the one off the knee because that's who I went on.
I traded you for Edelman.
No, that's all right. Oh, good, thanks.
Can I think ADPs again?
Oh, right. Scroll away.
Probably just I'll run for my wee break and get back and start. Okay, everyone's got this break now.
Just going to keep scrolling to me so you don't know who I'm looking at.
After big
Right.
Where's the button?
If you go out,
Yeah.
out the double doors left, follow the corridor, and it's like in a little nook in the right.
Okay. I'll I'll find a corner.
Because
Out the window.
it probably would have been my other pick. With the seventh pick of the sixth round, number 67 overall, Thomas Tarrant selects Alshon Jeffrey, wide receiver, Philadelphia. Ben Necessity's on the clock.
Well, you can delete it.
The only thing I was thinking, DJ Moore, I just think has more upside.
I don't know. If Wentz plays a full healthy season,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think Jeffrey's going to be good as well. Absolutely right. I just think.
I think if I overall who I think is going to score more points, I think Jeffrey's higher. But I'm not particularly keen on Moore, in fairness.
No.
I wasn't as keen. I didn't think there
The
was any
thing
realistic way I was going to get
I think there's a hype out of control with Curtis Samuel, which is I'm kind of like.
Yeah.
He is still going to be
the number one,
yeah.
But he's still,
It's tricky. I agree.
He doesn't scream, throw it to me in the end zone, please. He screams, get it there yourself, mate. Whereas, I'm just a big fan. I think the Eagles are going to do big things this year. I was targeting Wentz, but it might be 8th. So it's never happened.
I'm just worried that they're going to spread it around.
I think I took Wentz in the Reapers game. I think I was quite happy with that from memory.
I just think the Eagles are going to spread it so much. Jeffrey's definitely going to definitely be the lead dog. But.
You have 10 seconds though. I don't want the alarm to go off, so I might pause it on one.
Alright, clock has expired.
Ollie.
But then Naders is now on the clock. Oh, actually, no, I did get it in. We'll take it. So.
I thought I had a message sent.
Yeah, you just hadn't checked your phone.
No, I didn't hear the note on his. So. Right, with the 8th pick of the 6th round, number 68 overall, Ben Necessity selects Allen Robinson, wide receiver at Chicago. But Ed Naders is on the clock.
Apart from that, I actually missed it.
I don't know when you left.
I literally said left like a second left.
But probably not.
I've got the last pick I had was Alshon Jeffrey. So
Yeah, next one's Allen Robinson.
Oh, that was brilliant.
Yeah, well timed.
Well timed. I just had to be in the corner this one. Sorry.
I was dragging out my pick just to.
Oh, thank you very much, Dave.
In the hopes that you try find a bathroom and not just piss in the corner. But oh well.
That was quick. A minute and a half.
That is
That war machine's tainted now.
Just say it's lemonade.
Lime cordial.
Lime cordial. Pretty dehydrated.
With the 9th pick of the 6th round, number 69 overall, but Ed Naders selects Will Fuller, wide receiver, Houston. Forge Flies is on the clock.
Those were the 3 receivers I was choosing between. Jeffrey, Robinson, and Fuller.
Jeffrey and Morgan Carbo posted. But they were on my next 2 ranked receivers as well.
I was going DJ Moore, Jeffrey, and Robinson.
Yeah.
Isn't it nice when they all line up like that? Just all had the same ranking. Actually, I'd probably have more.
I think Robinson was slightly more risky.
Because
Fuller's definitely the highest risk.
Big upside there.
he's already gone.
Is he? No way.
Oh,
Mike took him.
Did he? Oh well.
Who?
I was looking the wrong way.
Baker Mayfield. He's already gone.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
way
yeah.
up.
Oh, is he gone? Way
He was
gone?
picked 50. He
Oh,
was
was he?
currently picked 70.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's why I didn't update.
Not to rub it in.
I was thinking, like, what's going on there?
To be fair, I had to
thought it was
update my
happening.
George Kittle later. I'm sitting there, I'm just sweating.
Mike Evans.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Why did George Kittle sat in here like this? Oh shit, no, he's already gone. Furious timing.
Because
I'll take it.
that would have been my QE pick there. For the 10th pick of the 6th round, number 70 overall, Forge Flyers selects Cam Newton, quarterback, Forge Flyers, Carolina. Also Forge Flyers. Fucking the trend is on the court.
Someone let him know. Do you think you could take the 30 million cap hit?
If you pick quickly, you get to announce it yourself because Nathan's left the room.
In that case, I'm going to take my time.
Then. The 11th pick of the 6th round, number 71 overall, bucking the trend, selects Tariq Cohen, running back Chicago. The type files are on the clock.
And you're saying this is the last pick before.
Sorry? Oh, before we have a break. Oh, yeah.
Phil's
once we're done,
Phil's definitely going to pick 2 in a row.
He's team double teaming it.
Wait,
We'll take him.
stop after that.
Yeah.
Can Phil hear us? He can't you? So if
Yeah.
you say we're stopping at his first pick.
We're stopping now. You can sell
Because
a few
then-
more copies.
With the 12th pick of the 6th round, number 72 overall, the top five selects Kenyon Drake, running back Miami. We'll take a short pause, and when we come back, the top five will be on the clock.
All right.
It's quite a decent.
I'll tell you what, through, I'm fairly happy with that through 6.
Oh. Let's get to that point in the draft now.
What would you want to go home?
Yeah.
This is where all my draft sheets come into play, and I hope all the players stay there and don't get touched.
It gets to the point where you need like a couple players per round, and you sit there and go, "Oh, just don't go off the board, otherwise I'm just picking absolute garbage." But it's like around this point onwards, isn't it? Like it just gets all a bit luck based. It's all.
Oh, yeah, massively now.
We'll look back in a year's time and we'll be looking at these picks going, "What were we fucking thinking?"
Well, that's all we do. And every season, we look it back and go, "Oh my god."
At least we don't have 14 and 15 anymore.
Thank
That
fuck
was
for
all.
that.
Yeah. It's normally just kicks and defenses in that boat.
Yeah, but there is Mr. Irrelevant.
Oh yeah.
Like proper random picks.
I've got Mr. Irrelevant this year, but I couldn't decide. I was trying to find a funny name for a player, having this Mr. Irrelevant, but there's no funny names in the offenses anyway.
That doesn't seem likely.
That
I
seems
couldn't
like
find
the
one. I couldn't find one. I didn't look hard. I didn't look very hard. I had a quick browse and went, I can't find anyone. Won't bother.
Right. Is it pronounced Gano or Gano?
Pronounced Graham IR.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter, right? It's about a name.
If you want to have a gay-related name, there is a Matt Gay who tipped for Tampa.
Well, that's pretty good.
So, yeah.
Or Geronimo.
Yeah, but it's not going to be the last pick though, is it?
Yeah, he'd be gone.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, no one pick him up, and I'll use him as my last pick.
That seems advantageous for you.
No.
Are we ready to keep going? Or?
I'm happy to keep going.
I'm happy.
Yeah,
Is everyone back? Anyone ran off?
I was going to say, did anyone? We kind of hear from Phil if he's
I'm
ready.
not back.
Thanks, man. Phil's
Phil
already
left,
sent his
but
pick
we
in,
can't.
actually, so pick us in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we should just crack on.
With the first pick of the 7th round, number 73 overall, the Tuckford selects Jarvis Landry, wide receiver, Cleveland. Bucking the trend is on the clock.
Seems weird that he's got Jarvis Landry to back up DD Westbrook.
That's best receiving call.
When you do your post-draft power rankings, I think I know who might be.
I'm really struggling to keep up with who's got who, actually. I normally find it easier than this.
Find out in the end.
I'm pretty sure last year I put myself in like 3rd because I got basically everyone I wanted. I wanted to put myself first.
Because then,
Look, how you get really rubbish. You just put yourself first.
with the second pick, the
Yeah, it
7th
kind of
round,
blows up in your face though.
number 74th overall, bucking the trend selects AJ Green, wide receiver, Cincinnati. Which flies is on the pick?
Stash. It's a stash team.
Oh, you run out of names.
Well, I know him, but I'm like, I don't know you enough to know
Yeah.
how you play, what your team is, all that kind of stuff. So if your name sounds good, you've got a shot. Kiki Kuti. Oh, hello.
He's injured.
Oh, is he? Never mind.
Yeah,
Let's quickly cross that one out.
caveat, I did these rankings on Friday before a load of shit happened. So.
Yeah, it's fine.
shit.
Now, if there's any injuries, I'm sure we can tell Mike because obviously he's just
Yeah,
today. If it's someone else, it's
fair
fair
game.
to let them just pick someone up who's injured.
Yeah, I'll be a bit honest. I didn't know about Melvin Gordon when I picked him, but he'll be alright.
If he plays, it'll be fantastic.
He's got to report at some point, so
He will play sometime in the season.
Well,
Whether
you have it,
whether you
yeah.
keep on the bench or not.
But he'll be like first round level when you get back.
Oh, and Kareem Hunt, if you see him on the
27th.
board, he's not back until like week 10.
I put him down there.
But you could. So there's some players that we've got like an extra spot where
Would
if
he go
they're
into that?
suspended, yeah, because he's suspended, or if they're on injured reserve, which is when it's like a roster designation where they literally can't play.
So you-
pick his in, so that you can put them there. It's like an extra bench spot.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, fine.
With
It's a
the
deep scroll at this one.
third pick of the seventh round, 75th overall, Forge Flyer selects Hunter Henry, tight end LA Chargers.
Oh,
But that
not
name is
that
on
much
the
of a
book.
deep.
OJ Howard and Evan Ingram.
They are.
Because no one knows what to do with tight ends anymore.
Hunter Henry would be good red thing. I mean,
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was about right.
he was looking
If
for
if I had to go and commit to one of them there,
taking over the Gates role, isn't he? So,
yeah, that's right. I can't have OJ Howard. It seems a bit wrong to have Howard and Evans in the same team. So
Give me Evans.
you
What I want to say.
can have OJ Howard's good. So
yeah, he is.
He's big. Big lad.
and he can run. So anyway, we reset.
Because then fourth pick of the seventh round, number 76 overall, Bidetnator selects Sammy Watkins, wide receiver, Kansas City. Ben Necessities is on the clock.
Okay.
All right.
Because with the fifth pick of the seventh round, number 77 overall, Ben Necessity selects Latavius Murray, running back New Orleans. Tom's Tyrants is on the clock.
Quite like that.
There's a lot of dart throws coming up in run backs. If you
I'm thinking there's been so many movements, so it's going to be a lot of dart throws this year.
loads of dart throws. So many darts.
Very dark.
But it's going to be one of those things. It's going to be like they're only going to pick out round like 8 or 9 when we look back on it.
So you know, sort of that's when you get ready to the
That's it, yeah, exactly that. You've got to go bold here.
Is that what you're going to say?
No,
It's not going to get points out of it.
Because then you both just took the last two players I had for this round.
The last two. Well, Nathan's out.
This time everyone's
And then for this round.
That's it.
With the sixth pick of the seventh round, number 78 overall, Tom's Tyrants selects Austin Eckler, running back, LA Chargers. Gridiron Gangs on the clock.
I kind of didn't want him because he pissed me off so much last year.
Yeah.
But he was
Well, whilst
way too
Melvin
much
Gordon's
sense.
out, it's probably it'd be good.
Every time I played him last year, he fumbled somewhat really inconvenient, like as he was about to score. I did it in pre-season as well. Maybe it's just not a good trait.
Who's on the board?
Gomez is back. Yeah, man. So I'm full tempted as well.
I don't know, it was just last time when we started at 9, I was like, oh, we can't go to Domino's now. And now we can go to Domino's, and I just don't really want one at like midday. We need to do a nighttime draft. Like,
One
sit there
thing-
and eat pizza. Get drunk.
Encouraging drinking as well. That'd be good.
That's the exactly that. Yeah, that'll be on. Next
Every
year.
outlandish pick, you have to do a shot. if everyone decides.
Our new home extension we built next year, so we have a nice big
Because then-
draft room at
Oh,
home.
that's
Oh, I don't want this.
Is it in the Southern Hemisphere? Because I'm not coming.
For the 7th pick, the 7th round, number 79 overall, Gridiron Gang selects Jared Goff, quarterback of the Rams. Obi-Wan Kenobi isn't.
See what you're working.
No.
The problem is I had no other skill positions that I'm comfortable taking, so I just have to
I
quarterback.
in my head, I was sitting there, I was like, the only person who would take him would probably be Nathan. And I was like, oh,
Blame those two.
fuck you guys. Oh,
Right, I'll let you know.
oh well.
Do we take a quarterback from here, or do we keep waiting?
No, I've got updated
Oh, you've got
quarterback stuff from him.
Do you know what actually highlighted Jared
I don't
Goff
know
when you said it?
Oh,
I
I'm
knew
sorry.
you were gonna highlight it.
That
was
seems
like,
very
I was tossing up so much between
Something
him, Breeze, and
yeah.
Wilson. I
Just-
just fell on.
The annoying thing is,
I think I'd
it's
take
too early
him
for
out
me.
of the choice.
He should be down
It's not an ideal choice. That's
not.
I'm Brady
This
in my
year
mind
was
now.
it?
What's Brady
Quarterbacks
said?
go sort
It's
of after my pick. All
Yeah.
the quarterbacks go. Every draft I did, and then at my next pick.
really run heavy.
Round 7 was where I was comfortable
Round
taking a
7.
quarterback, but
Yeah,
I didn't want to.
round end of 6th, beginning of 7th, with all the quarterbacks.
Sorry, what did I say? Yeah.
What's his ranking?
So, so he has him there, but he's still available. He's still available. He's still available. If he didn't want to go quarterback, so
He's
Sorry,
said
he doesn't
emergency last minute
He's doing
quarterbacks now.
his,
So yeah,
he'd be another one, he'd be the Melvin Gordon of that team.
it's not bad value there either.
Not the next.
with the 8th pick of the 7th round, number 80 overall, Obi-Wan Kenobi selects Evan Ingram, tight end of New York Giants. The dream team is on the clock. First John.
I reckon someone took safety.
Oh,
I
other than
think
safety?
before there. Was that sorry? Useful.
Evan Ingram.
And then we go from 8. So Viv,
They've both got quarterbacks now. haven't they?
yeah, so they're just missing KKD, so I don't.
So from
Forget
depth,
that. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, okay, so this is the top depth. I'll do both of them.
Okay.
With the 9th pick of the 7th round, number 81 overall, the Dream Team selects OJ Howard, Tampa Bay. 7th round, number 82 overall, selects Darius Geis, running back, Washington. Ixan is on the clock.
Okay.
There he is. No, I don't know. Is that right? Can't even find it.
Because then. The 12th pick of the 7th round, number 84 overall, Padistan selects Rashad Penny, running back Seattle. Padistan is on the clock.
Well, I'm staying out of that fucking
Yeah,
problem this year. Yeah, it's,
I wasn't listening, so Rashad Penny.
it was.
Yeah, he's a Rashad.
Three. There is 2. That's it. Oh, 3. There is 3. Yeah.
No, I said
Three
that.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah, 3 A's. You're right. Yeah.
Does anyone know who I'm playing week 9?
I feel like that's a bye-week question.
You can-
It's I think it's going to be a freebie regardless of what I do from now.
I'm not sure it matters if you've got like 7 players you can't play. Just count it as a loss. Chalk it off.
Get 10 points.
Pretty sure that's what Dave did last year. Didn't you draft like everyone on the same bye week?
Something stupid like
But
that.
you
happened, and then I
completely
just-
changed your team by the time you got there.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I don't pay any attention to bye weeks.
no, you shouldn't. So much. Well, the first pick of the 8th round, number 85 overall, Pakistan selects Curtis Samuel, wide receiver, Carolina. Ixam is on the clock.
That's decent value.
Yeah. Let's get up second. Absolutely.
I'd have certainly considered him if he got me.
Well,
Well, you
if
would
I didn't
have,
have,
but yeah.
but if I didn't have more, I would have done.
Just so thought that one Carolina wide receiver was going to be amazing. Draft him on.
You've got to pray for yours.
It's Christian McCaffrey. You can do it all.
Yeah.
Ben,
They've got to give him
Ben,
ball
Ben,
less. Surely
Ben.
they've got to give him a
What?
ball less.
You're playing leaving week night, mate.
Congratulations, Dave. You win.
Thank you.
The only team to be 1-0 before the season starts.
It's
Because then,
a decent way of doing it. You can try it.
with the second pick of the 8th round, number 86 overall, Ixan selects. Southampton Knowles are on the clock. Go.
Experts out to get on in this year.
Yeah,
It's the home road split. It's
Yeah.
brutal. You got to have another QB play the away games. You just got-
Drew Reed.
yeah.
He threw for under 4,000 yards last year, but he still did. He came like 8th or 9th overall, didn't he? Like, it's crazy efficiency. Yeah.
All right, we're going
It
straight
wasn't
off
rushing
ADP
yards.
here.
So we know that.
So, with the third pick of the 8th round, number 87 overall, Southampton Knowles selects Jared Cook, tight end New Orleans. And then with the fourth pick of the 8th round, number 88 overall, the Dream Team selects Darwin Thompson, running back Kansas City. Obi-Wan Kenobi is on the clock.
Okay.
And he,
That's an ADB screw up.
That really is, yeah.
Well, maybe not entirely, but
Nash, well, Shane's there, I suppose. But never mind.
so
That's what you
he's
have to
gone,
be.
he's gone.
Who are we looking at? Who was the last one?
Darwin Thompson, he's like right under the running back.
Because then-
Kansas City.
With the sixth pick of the 8th round, with the fifth pick of the 8th round, number 89 overall, Obi-Wan Kenobi selects Royce Freeman, running back Denver. Gridiron Gang is on the clock.
sorry, I can't stole your thunder there. Sorry, typed it out.
Sorry.
Come on.
Fuck it.
This is going to be good. Has to be when you say fuck it before you do it.
Screaming confidence.
How bad can it be?
With the sixth pick of the 8th round, number 90 overall, Gridiron Gang selects Devin Singletary, running back Buffalo. Thomas Torrance
I
is on the
like
clock.
it.
Yeah, he was.
That's the ultimate fuck it pick of
Yeah.
all.
He was one of my two next picks, actually.
I will have a fucking punt of that.
He was a solid 10th or 11th. Why
Yeah,
the fuck not for me?
yeah.
As soon as McCoy got cut, I was like, yeah, I'm not getting him anymore.
I agree. I had him in. He was on my sleeper list already with McCoy.
I was thinking about taking him, but I thought it was a little bit early where I was sitting
Who's
there.
taking,
Uh,
who's taking
Tutor.
Chris Wade? That's the question.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'm 70.
Yeah,
I
the,
think he's
the
a good
problem
player.
is I get to this range and it's kind of like I have a few like names above the rest and then it just could go anywhere for me like in the, so I was just like
I was hoping you'd come back to me like the end of the ninth. I was like, oh, it's from everyone's reaction. I knew that wasn't going to happen.
he's both a shot at the upside alone. But yes, you could also do nothing.
Yeah, it could be.
Because then with the seventh pick of the 8th round, number 91 overall, Thomas Tyrant selects Geronimo Allison, wide receiver Green Bay. Ben Necessities is on the clock.
One of my sleepers.
Guarantee that's a guy that I hold on to all year and never actually plays.
Luckily, he'll get injured and maybe and you can move on. I like the pick. I like the pick.
Safer.
sound of it.
Because then
That shit all bust. What?
with the
You'll
eighth
either be the shit or you'll bust.
pick in Canton,
Yes.
with the eighth pick of the
Ah.
number 92 overall, the Ben Necessity selects Matt Brader, running back, San Francisco. Detonators is on the
I
clock.
think he's going to be really good, actually.
Yeah.
He could. He just needs to beat up. Come on.
And he's
I think he
not
will.
got to die.
I was considering him when
Yeah,
I
that
took
was
that
the-
colour.
That was the
Like
problem
last
with him last
But
year
he
for
was-
me.
he
He was
was-
good, but he just played through
He was
injuries
a
all
bit
the
like
time.
Julio. It's like Julio's always injured, but yet he still plays. Same Matt Breeder. He's always. It's like,
Just
oh,
have
he's
a week
still-
off. And
he's
That
like-
might be slightly offensive to hear.
Because then-
No, in injury wise, not.
with the ninth pick of the
Yeah,
eighth
yeah.
round, number 93 overall, but Detonator selects Christian Kirk, wide receiver, Arizona. Flies is on the clock.
Second
Ready?
double dip for Ollie. Now he's got Johnson and Kirk. After getting Rogers and Jones.
Is he going for the kind of money? That's what we want.
If he does, he's either already won or already lost. That's How many rounds are there now? 13. So much wade through.
Can Ollie hear us? Or is he just by the pool?
It's Chris on the clock. Ollie can't know.
Yeah, I think Chris is updating.
Is it-
aren't you, Chris?
With the
You're
10th
updating Ollie,
I
aren't you?
was. You can see that now. So.
Oh, okay, that's good. With the 10th pick of the 8th round, number 94 overall, Forge Fly selects Sterling Shepard, wide receiver, New York Giants. Bucking the trend is on the clock.
Tradition.
No H after that. Is there a shape? H after the P?
There is if you spell it in
Uh,
English.
Shepherd
Oh,
is
it's shit. It's just
Shepard.
Shepard.
P-A-R-D. Yeah, that's how you spell it when you don't know how to spell Shepherd.
Oh, speaking of which, one of the Texans linemen that got traded to the Dolphins in the deal. His name is Julian, but it's spelled, you saw it last night, didn't you, Pat?
Yeah.
It's spelled Julie apostrophe N. Julian N. Down
So
the ball.
That's
Because then,
Julia N.
well, E, so Julie.
Oh, Julie. Julie.
Yeah, I was like, you showed me these. I think that name.
With the 11th pick of the
Nice.
8th round, number 95 overall, bucking the trend selects Corey Davis, wide receiver, Tennessee. The tuck files are on the clock.
This is the
Because then, oh my word.
the string of number one wide receivers that I just didn't want.
This is
much,
ending now.
but
At the
they
12th
could
pick
work
of
out to
the
be really
8th
good.
round, number 96 overall, the tuck file selects James Washington, wide receiver, Pittsburgh. Tuck files are on the clock. Because then,
Will Phil stop taking all the wide receivers I was going to take him?
with the first pick of the, he's probably taking all that. With the first pick of the 9th round, number 97 overall, tuck file selects Larry Fitzgerald, wide receiver, Arizona. Bucking the trend is on the clock.
No, it's on. Take it. Take it.
Yeah. I kind of like James Washington.
Because then, ooh, I can't. The second pick of the 9th round, number 98 overall. Because then, the third pick of the 9th round, number 99 overall, Forge Fly selects Dante Pettis, wide receiver, San Francisco. Detonators are on the clock.
Oh yeah.
Because then, 4th pick, the 9th round, number 100 overall, the Detonators selects Lamar Jackson, quarterback, Baltimore. Ben Necessity is on the clock.
Saw that one coming. But we did take Rogers quite early on, didn't we?
Yeah.
It's our first double quarterback
Mm.
in single digits.
How common is that?
It's more common.
It's happened. Not.
We normally get about half the teams drafting 2 quarterbacks, I'd say.
Yeah,
But
but
I
not
think it'll
usually
be
in the
less.
single digits. You
No.
usually get quite a few teams take 2.
No.
But they'll take the other in the double digit rounds.
Yeah, that might be maybe the first time. 2 in there, possible. Well, since
It's a bit skew iffy now because there's only
Yeah.
30 rounds, and if you adjust, the last 2 are usually kickers and defenses. So
People ever go earlier for that stuff? Or?
kickers and Ds, yeah, sometimes.
Yeah,
Not-
what's no one's taken a
surprised
D,
no
actually, yeah.
one's taken. Well,
Yeah, this is the
Ollie-
longest
Ollie
we've
took
gone.
last-
I can
Ollie
remember
took Jacksonville
recently.
last year. wasn't it?
Round 5 or 6.
This is the sort of
And
time.
it
I
just
don't think
didn't
it's-
work out.
Yeah.
Was it that early?
Yeah,
Oh, really?
I'd be
I was going to
surprised.
say 7 or 8. but-
yeah.
I'd be
We've
surprised
had them
if
as
Bears
early as
didn't
round
go
5 and
in
6.
these 2 rounds. I'd be very surprised.
Because it's not probably just won't return what it did last year.
Yeah, the number 1 D historically never repeats usually in fantasy points.
God, that Bears D is stacked. Though.
Because then
There's D.
with the 5th pick of the 9th round, number 101 overall, Ben Necessity selects Jordan Howard, running back, Philadelphia. Tom's Tyrants on the clock.
I was kind of getting on board Jordan Howard, and then I saw a news report or a thing on yards or something. It was exactly what you'd expect him to do. And then on his 2 targets, he failed to wrangle them, and that just reminded me, oh yeah, you can't catch for shit.
Yeah, they say, oh, he's catching loads.
Yeah.
Is he?
He just,
Interesting.
You're on the clock.
having said that, I've got Chris Carson, who's not going to catch anything.
Okay.
You can. Apparently, he college used to be able to catch. He caught quite a lot. It's just that
I
he
like
used
the
to
punt.
can't.
It could be the goal line back for the Eagles. And that's one of the punt.
That was why I was considering it.
You know you're on the clock, right?
I'm aware. I'm thinking.
Okay, sorry, no, I wasn't sure.
You have told me 3 times.
Sorry. Well, each time someone else was talking to you. So
You realise the more you're talking, the more time you just waste.
Fancy approach.
I'm not
It's killer
wasting.
time.
it's only Greg's airline time.
Oh yeah,
Not
Greg's
Pickard
right.
time.
Yeah, exactly.
Just Greg's airline time.
Fats roast on meth.
It is good how it adjusts to your own unique league, though. I do like that. Even though when you do the mock drafts, it puts your players in stupid positions.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know if you noticed that. So if you took a running back after you took your first 3 players, it wouldn't adjust your roster to put the running back in. It would just bench them. So then you'd end up with like some scrub 11th round receiver as a starting flag. It's like great. Instead of your like 4th round running back. Because then
Apparently pausing it on 0 counts as it's not going off.
So, that'll do.
with the 6th pick in the 9th round, number 102 overall, Tom's Tyrant selects Anthony Miller, wide receiver at Chicago.
Okay.
Gridiron Gang's on the clock. My last 9th round graded player. With the 7th pick of the 9th round, number 103 overall, Gridiron Gang selects Marquez Valdez-Scantling, wide receiver Green Bay. Obi-Wan Kenobi is on the clock.
Marcus?
Yeah, have fun spelling that.
Valdez. Scantling.
Oh, you've got the hyphen in.
Spot on. There it is.
I don't know if that's right.
That is absolutely spot on.
Is it right?
Word for word.
Sorry.
Let's see.
He's gone.
That's a letter.
He's gone. Is that still right?
He hasn't said. I don't know.
He's gone. He's gone. It's either
He's
that or
gone.
that. Or do we
He
just give him a
doesn't
quarterback because he's not? I know he's. You're right. I think it's a bit unfair. Why not? I don't know. Russell Wilson's still there.
Yeah, it's given Wilson.
Yeah. Right. Because then, with the 8th pick from the 9th round, number 104 overall, Obi-Wan Kenobi selects Russell Wilson, quarterback Seattle. Dream team is on the clock.
Is that his second quarterback?
No.
No.
It's first.
Oh, fair enough. I thought you were saying that's his second quarterback. I was like,
No, until he hasn't got one yet. And all his players are gone.
We've got 4 rounds to go. 2 of them.
Yeah, he doesn't want to Sean McCoy anymore, does he? Let's be honest.
Okay, so both picks are in for the Dream Team Southampton Novels. So the 9th pick of the 9th round, number 105 overall, Dream Team selects Vance McDonald, tight end, Pittsburgh. And then with the 10th pick of the 9th round, number 106 overall, Southampton Novels selects Tony Pollard, running back, Dallas. Ixan is on the clock.
Who took Zeke?
Is he a Zeke?
No, Viv is the Zeke owner, I think. So that nearly fell right for Viv.
Yeah. I nearly took Vance McDonald, so I knew it went brilliantly well for it.
Yeah, I just wanted a Green Bay receiver. I was fussed.
Yeah, I couldn't decide which one I wanted, in all honesty.
I've been doing this scouting over, but I don't really know why. Maybe because his name is cool, probably. They're both pretty cool names.
They're both pretty cool. Yeah,
That was a tough time.
Yeah, I couldn't decide. I thought they'd both be gone by the time I picked again. That's it.
I
Now
was
could have a
shocked
choice.
that Valdez hadn't got back to me. I was like, there's no way he's coming back. We need to Allison.
Yeah, it's almost like one's gone, better to draft the other one.
Yeah, exactly. Because then, with the 11th pick in the 9th round, number 107 overall, Ixan selects Cortland Sutton, wide receiver, Denver. Stan is on the clock.
That's a stand.
Oh no, Pakistan's it. Fine. Yeah, got that's it.
Yeah, yeah, that's money. Very money.
Where does Forge Flyers come from, Chris?
That's it. So I went to a place in Tennessee called this is much like American town, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, right?
Because then,
Yeah.
All right.
What should we name this place? Well, there's a pigeon.
That's
There's a Forge. That'll do.
That's it. So, and I was in the summer of 2008. So
with the 12th pick of the 9th round, number 108 overall, Pakistan selects Deshaun Jackson, wide receiver for Philadelphia. Pakistan's on the clock.
Yeah. And then Dave was like, "Do you want to come and join us NFL fantasy?" I'd been to see like the Tennessee college team like 2 years before. I was like, "Yeah." So the name was Forge, and I was flying back that day, so Forge Flies as it was.
I like it.
There's a story behind it.
With the first pick of the 10th round, number 109 overall, Pakistan selects Jameis Winston, quarterback, Tampa Bay. Ixan is on the clock.
Of course, you did, Pat.
Yeah, boy.
There you go.
So now I'm not going to have any time.
Because then,
I have to put their defenses.
You can get
Still Ronald Jones. Peyton Barber.
Yeah,
with the second pick of the 10th round, number 110 overall, Ixan selects Chicago Bears
There
defense.
There it is.
Knowles are on
I
the
was
clock.
hoping that was going to last till morning.
That's such a good spot to take them in.
That was the round I was going to go for.
Yeah, so I think there you at least get some value in it there.
Are we okay with giving depth tight ends?
I'm sorry.
They're treated as proceedings.
To be fair, you can play 3 at a time.
Yeah,
can't
you can.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
And to be fair, who's left? I assume.
If the points are there that he had,
Yeah.
The ADP is fine.
Yeah.
With the third pick of the 10th round, number 111 overall, Southampton will select Emmanuel Sanders, wide receiver, Denver. With the fourth pick of the 10th round, number 112 overall, the Dream Team selects David Njoku, tight end, Cleveland. Obi-Wan Kenobi is on the clock.
Actually, technically, Ben's still on the clock, so I haven't paused it yet.
That was efficient now. I was going through 3
Yeah.
picks.
There you go. So probably still not him. So, well, it's over him.
3 pretty awful choices. Anyway,
I'm just going to go off of the top there, I think.
yeah, fair enough. You never know.
With the 5th pick of the 10th round, number 113 overall, Obi-Wan Kenobi selects LaShawn McCoy, running back, Kansas City. Gridiron Gang's on the clock.
See, if auto draft was the thing, that would fucking not been a thing. Never mind.
You don't win if you don't risk.
You don't win if you don't pick either.
Yeah, that's true.
I think I know who you're thinking about.
With the sixth pick of the 10th round, number 114 overall, Gridiron Gang selects Tom Brady, quarterback.
Oh, there he is.
Tom's Tyrants is on the clock.
There he is.
Brady.
I was torn.
Yeah,
Kyler Murray for the upside.
that was who you were talking about. Don't win if don't risk.
The trouble, Brady's only probably got downside left this year, and
I've got Jared Goff as a starter, so I
Yeah.
don't need to worry. Because then,
It just feels
I bet you're happy. With the seventh pick of the 10th round, number 115 overall, Tom's Tyrant selects Kyler Murray, quarterback, Arizona. Ben Necessities is on the clock.
That's why I thought I knew who you were talking about.
Yeah, I was going to do it, but I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Because I already had Goff, I was like,
Does it feel more chilled out now? There's like less people in it. It just feels more relaxed. Like when
Yeah,
there's like
it
12 people around the table, it's like,
There's a shit flying around there.
Yeah.
Always gets to that stage in the draft when the shit starts getting flung around.
fill in the corner like
That's
a
it.
chimpanzee. Yeah. On the walls.
It's like a year to clean that fan.
because then,
Shit hit the fan that day. Dad jokes.
with the 8th pick of the 10th round, number 116 overall, Ben Necessity selects LA Rams defense. The deadness is on the clock. Because then, with the 9th pick of the 10th round, number 117 overall, Bedednator selects Marquise Brown, wide receiver, Baltimore. Forge Flyers is on the clock.
Decent pick.
Yeah.
I have to be assumed he'd be on the way to watch.
Yeah, it's tricky, isn't it? If you're going to take a receiver for Baltimore,
71.
you
No, it's
want,
not.
do you want a receiver for Baltimore?
Yeah.
Is the question. Because then,
I might take an Ingram in the week as well. But I hate it.
with the 11th pick of the 10th round, number 119 overall, Forge Flyer selects Michael Gallup, wide receiver, Dallas. Bucking the trend is on the clock.
I keep thinking you're referring to something Chris has done because you keep saying bucking the trend after or something Phil's done. Bucking the trend with Michael Gallup.
they're on the fence.
Listen, Ben's going to take, imagine.
Worth a shot.
That would be good.
My third quarterback? No?
Go for it.
Who?
Big Ben.
Someone's going to get it. Someone's going to get one auto draft.
Has Dak gone yet?
Dak hasn't got
There'll be 2 weeks in the year where he goes absolutely shit, wild, nuts, and scores
And it'll be on the
5
waivers.
touchdowns again, and that's it. That's his season over again.
It'll be on waivers for that.
It'll be on the waivers.
Never
Waivers by week 2
spend
when
like
the
30
Pats
or
destroy
40
you.
pound dollars on him and then it'll be nothing.
Represent.
Z.
With the 11th pick of the 10th round, number 119 overall, bucking the trend, selects Delaney Walker, tight end, Tennessee. The Tug Files are on the clock.
It did say Melanie Walker first
Is
time
that-
I typed it. So
Melanie
I
is.
thought
Melanie Walker.
I thought she won't do too well. So.
Not ideal.
I've never heard of it.
With the
I've never heard
12th
of
pick of the 10th round, number 120 overall, Pakistan selects New England Patriots defense. Sorry, Tug Files selects New England Patriots.
Panicked. I was like, I wasn't on the clock.
Tug Files is on the clock.
Like that.
I
Is there-
panicked. Fuck, I thought I had like an out of body experience. I didn't realise it.
Oh, not again.
With the second pick of the 11th round, number 122 overall. Sorry, 121, first pick of the 11th round. Tug Files selects Trey Burton, tight end, Chicago. Bucking the trend is on the clock.
Oh, I made the clock bigger just in time for round 11, guys.
Trey Burton you went for.
Yeah.
After you took the bat.
Literally, my heart stopped for a second when you said that. I thought
I would have been happy. I was going to
Patriots did.
I was hoping to get the bats. They're
Was it
first.
week one?
They're first. They've got Pittsburgh in week 1, then they've got like Miami, Jets, Bills, Washington, Giants, Miami again, or something ridiculous. They're
With the
absolutely
second
set
pick
for
for the
half
11th
season.
round, number 122 overall, bucking the trend, selects New Orleans Saints defense. For Flies is on the clock.
Trey Burton. Trey Burton third or something. Mark Ingram. He's Mark Ingram third, isn't it?
Pick is in. With the third pick of the 11th round, number 123 overall, Forge Flyer selects Jaguars defense. The Detonators is on the clock.
Defensive related.
I just saw everyone else doing it, so I thought it was a good time to pick something.
Jags have got like Kansas City got first week one.
They got number 1
They have.
section. Doesn't matter about week 1. Week 12. It's 12 to 14. 12 to 14. 2 to 14 to count.
Unless the Jags are already eliminated.
Yes. They're gone.
That's a good point.
Pick is in.
10. So,
With the fourth pick of the 11th round, number 124 overall, the Detonator selects DK Metcalf, wide receiver Seattle. Ben Necessities is on the clock.
Did Metcalf play much in the preseason?
Hmm?
Did he play much in the preseason?
No, he's injured at the moment.
I don't remember seeing anything.
Because the fifth pick of the 11th round, number 125 overall, Ben Necessity selects Dante Moncrief, wide receiver Pittsburgh.
Already.
Tom Starks is on the clock.
Getting in.
I think I'd rather have him than Washington.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's what
Yeah,
I was looking at, I'll be honest.
brilliant pick. I was hoping he'd get back to me, but
I think I'm on the hype. I think it's going to be Washington.
you never know. But I think Moncrief's got more. He's more established in the NFL, so maybe they'll go full
don't know, they play roughly the same number of games between them. Actually. Just based on how often Moncrief's injured.
That's true, yeah.
But he has been good when he's not been injured.
I think that's the thing. As long as he's not injured, I think maybe you'll be 2. Who do you think get more targets, Dante Moncrief or Vance McDonald? Is it Vance?
McDonald.
Yeah. Donald.
I reckon so.
Is that
Just in time.
Nice. What was it?
Different pace balls, but got away with it again.
with the 6th pick, the 11th round, number 126 overall, Tom's Tyrant selects Kiki Kute, wide receiver Houston. Gridiron Gang is on the clock.
I've got a few more hours now. There's no rush.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Dan's flight got cancelled. So.
Oh, that's a problem.
Because
Obviously, we need to leave at 4:30, which
There you go. That's
now I just missed enough.
with the 7th pick of the 11th round, number 127 overall, Gridiron Gang selects Greg Zerline, kicker LA Rams. Obi-Wan Kenobi is on the clock.
I debated whether to take him or to just.
Since some defenses have already gone, I was just like,
Yeah.
screw it, I'll take the
What's the kind of difference between kickers and defense and points?
It's not so much the difference between them; it's the difference between the other players in their position.
Okay.
They're all easy to
The upside
pick
is
up anyway.
incremental between all of them.
It's consistency of points as much as anything else. When you get down to these all round things, you're looking at how much can I consistent. Can I put them in and get good matchups and good points for those players in certain weeks, or can I just build on the consistency of one player and get enough value out of them for the season? Because although they say, they'll do 90 points through the
He
season,
hasn't got a stupid
the chances are those wide receivers and things you might only put in 2 or 3 times season anyway, so you're not going to get that 90 points worth out, but you'll get full value out of the kicker. So only the better ones.
Yeah, and you always want to go for a kick on probably sort of like a good offense or an offense that sometimes it's quite good having.
Yeah, that's the
they
hard
can't. They can't get into. They're good at getting upfield, but they
You
can't
want a
score in the red
semi
zone.
offense because you want them kicking field goals.
Yeah,
Packed.
that's it.
It's all very good. There's some point after.
You want it to, it's useless in the end
So
zone.
like for example,
Sorry.
Baltimore would be like that. I don't imagine them scoring huge amount of touchdowns, but I imagine them getting up to
With
like,
the 8th
sort of
pick
20
of the
yards.
11th round, number 128 overall, Obi-Wan Kenobi selects Austin Hooper, tight end Atlanta. With the 9th pick of the 11th round, number 129 overall, the Dream Team selects Darrell Henderson, running back LA Rams. And with the 10th pick, of the 11th round, number 130 overall, Southampton Knowles selects Kareem Hunt. Ixon is on the clock.
That's Hooper.
Let's see if Ross puts him in the reserve spot.
So Hooper,
Hooper, Henderson,
Darrell,
Hunt,
and Hunt.
Triple H.
Oh god.
Sorry, who was that again?
So Austin Hooper, Darrell Henderson, and Kareem Hunt.
AP, Payne Bath.
What was that? What?
Yeah, see, you got caught. You got
blah
caught.
blah blah blah
Yeah, you
blah.
got caught out on the order.
There's a lot in that.
Yeah, got it. I know you feel on that.
It's kind of tricky actually having 3 near random players go right in front of you. Not quite as bad for you 'cause you're literally looking at the agency. You know who it's going to be. It's all good.
Pick is in. Pick of the 11th round, number 131 overall. Ixan selects Kylian Balaj, running back, Miami. Pakistan is on the clock.
I was just reading up on him and how everyone hates him because he looks terrible.
I think Ben, have you got both of them? You got both Miami.
No, Phil
Right.
took Drake.
Oh, was it Phil?
I thought it was Ben.
No, you're right. It was Phil.
There you go. I've been working.
Pick is in.
There has to be someone like that mad enough to take them both.
Interested in Kim Drake as well, but no, someone took him.
Come on.
With the 12th pick of the 11th round, number 132 overall, Pakistan selects Josh Allen, quarterback, Buffalo. Pakistan is on the clock. Pick is in.
Here's Big Ben.
With the first pick of the 12th round, number 133 overall, Pakistan selects Harrison Butker, kicker, Kansas City. Ixan is on the clock.
Followed you, Nick.
Huh?
Followed
Follow me. I started a run.
Yeah, a run.
The easiest run to start.
Yeah, like most of the defense. Like, all the defense do one shot, and you're just like, yeah, take a run.
What are the points for kicking?
3 for a field goal, 1 for an extra point. But if the field goal is over 50 yards, it's fine.
Anything for missing? Or?
No.
Which you can name pick?
Harrison Butker.
Okay, cool. Pretty sure I should have timed out by now.
Now,
Was
Okay,
that-
well, you're timing out right now.
so Ixan did not get time, so Southampton Knowles are on the clock. I'm just going to pick the top in ADP there. So it will be a. With oh god. Don't bother rearranging that.
No, I've already started.
They need another quarterback because Ben.
No, he's full bench. So with the 100th, so the second pick of the 12th round, number 134 overall, Southampton Knowles selects Baltimore Ravens defense. Ixan is on the clock.
Kind of guessing this pick's going to come in instantly.
Good hope. Because then. With the third pick of the 12th round, number 135 overall, Ixan selects John Brown, wide receiver, Buffalo. Green team is on the clock. With the fourth pick of the 12th round, number 136 overall, the Dream Team selects Cleveland Brown defense. Obi-Wan Kenobi's on the clock. With the fifth pick of the 12th round, number 137 overall, Obi-Wan Kenobi selects the Denver Broncos defense. Red Iron Gang is on the clock.
serious part of the
With
job.
the 6th pick
Yeah.
of the 12th round, number 138 overall, Gridiron Gang selects the Philadelphia Eagles defense. Tom's Torrance is on the clock.
Which defense did you go for, Nick?
Eagles.
Eagles. It's weird how we got already serious for this last. This last couple of rounds.
Like kickers and knees, yes.
We can't talk about our kickers indeed. First round. Hey. Last round. Shut the fuck up.
With the 7th pick of the 12th round, number 139 overall, Tom's Torrance selects the Cowboys defense.
That's good.
Ben Necessities is on the clock. Because then, with the 8th pick of the 12th round, number 140 overall, Ben Necessities selects Justin Tucker, kicker, Baltimore. The Detonators is on the clock.
Sure.
Because then, the 9th pick of the 12th round, number 141 overall, the Detonators selects Kaimi Fairbairn, Houston. Forge Flies is on the clock.
Who's that from?
Kaimi Fairbairn.
Kicker.
It's not even a.
Because then, I think it's Kai hyphen Amy, maybe. Yeah. With the 10th pick of the 12th round, number 142 overall, Forge Flies selects Will Lutz, kicker, New Orleans. Bucking the trend is on the clock.
Let's do well, lads. I know how to spell that one.
You asked me so long.
Yeah. Same thing, so it was names.
It's my third kicker.
I don't know when New Orleans' bye week is.
I don't know.
I think it's 9.
Find out for you.
New Orleans.
He's already gone, Ben.
Yeah, no, I'm not picking, am I? That's just how you spell
I
it.
think it's the spelling.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Because then, with the 11th pick of the 12th round, number 143 overall, bucking the trend, select Steven Gostkowski, kicker, New England. The Tuck Files are on the clock.
You found out, didn't you?
Yeah, number 9. London. Week 9.
Because then,
Super triggered about the fact that Will Lutz spells his name with one L as well.
Really? Does it?
Does it? I didn't know that.
So it's Will Utz, you mean?
with the 12th pick of the 10th round, number 144 overall, the Tuck Pod selects Jake Elliott, kicker, Philadelphia. And then, bear with me 1 second. With the first pick of the 13th round, number 145 overall, the Tuck Pod selects Golden Tate, wide receiver, New York Giants. Bucking the trend is on the clock.
All done. Let's see the finish.
Who was the last one?
The
very last pick.
Can you pick a number for me? 1, 2, or 3?
2.
Can you pick another number for me?
1. Let's go 1.
We'll go
3.
Go 3. Actually, no, we're not. No, we're not doing 3.
You don't really get
One.
to pick
One
number
or
47.
2. Final answer.
Let's go 1. Let's go 1.
You actually started with 2.
I know. We've done every other now.
All right.
What is this game?
I don't know, but Pat's terrible at it. He keeps getting it wrong.
I wasn't saying you're wrong. I kept on telling I was wrong.
Because then,
Pick a number between 1 and 3, but it can't be
You can't put one.
And preferably not one. either.
Pick a number that. Pick one. Okay.
The second pick of the third round, number 146 overall, bucking the trend, selects Randall Cobb, a wide receiver, Dallas.
Oh, shit, you should have.
Forge flies on the clock.
That was Sanu. I didn't want to.
Oh, fair enough, yeah.
So who was three?
Because
And one was Peyton Barber. I just didn't want to.
Well, with Pete. Yeah, I fancy that.
I think it's the best of the three.
Yeah.
But it's not very
Yeah,
good.
I don't think Barber will stage. I think they'll get someone in.
You reckon?
With the third pick of the 13th round, number 147 overall, Forge Flies selects Jordan Reed, tight end, Washington. Detonators is on the clock.
I quite like that.
Yeah, that's good. As long as he stays healthy, it's good.
Yeah.
With the fourth pick
And
of
the rest of the
the
time, just drop it.
13th
Yeah,
round,
exactly that. Who cares?
number 148 overall, the Detonator selects LA Chargers defense. Their necessities is on the clock.
He's
Golden.
He's their clear number one receiver.
Yeah, just who have Washington got?
Paul Richardson. Wow.
What time
Is
they
Josh
had?
Dobson still there?
Josh Dobson's still there. Yeah.
They got that Trey Quinn guy in the slot who's apparently all right.
Chris Thompson who can catch.
Yeah, until he gets in.
Yeah, but not
Yeah.
anything. No one
Oh,
really.
no one's picked up Chris Thompson this year.
Would
He always gets it.
Who was your kicker?
Will
No, it's just something.
Will
Oh,
Lutz
him.
of the New Orleans Saints.
I'd say when he does play, he's quite good, but
I may let
But
the
their
clock
offense is
run
so
this
bad.
one while I'm doing some research through my sleep.
But the 15th round, there's 13th round, 13th round. This,
is that LA Chargers that went sorry with paying attention?
Oh, it's the last round, isn't it? Oh,
No, it's odd having round, I think.
yeah. I was going to pick another player for my kicker. We'll probably get a kicker.
Probably.
I'm sure it's LA Chargers.
I think we'll safely say we'll be running out my clock.
Want to make it official? Yeah, okay, we don't.
Because clock time has expired. Tom's Tyrants is on the clock. Don't worry about swapping around.
I'm on it. Okay. Actually, I won't just let mine expire, and then I don't have to. That's a poor start.
All my sleepers at this point, they're just too sleepy.
coming out of nowhere, so yeah.
It's more a check for pulse than a sleeper.
Yeah.
Coming out of hibernation. The recap should be interesting. See who everyone's got. So I can't remember.
Go for a handcuff picking stage.
I think that's probably the safest option. That's it. That is safe. Can't go wrong with that.
Because then, put down.
Yeah, I don't think lots of stuff's updated yet. I think
No,
everyone
not
still
that.
thinks he's
Yeah, that.
retired.
But I am putting him against my dad.
Oh,
Yes, I know, retired players.
you'll
I've drafted Andrew Luck.
With the fifth pick of the 13th round,
Jason Witten.
number 149 overall, Tom's Tyrants selects Matt Bryant, kicker at
Oh, my
Atlanta.
Brian.
Their necessities is on the
That's
top.
what you said. It's the last round, isn't it? So.
He was so sad at how
Because
bad our kicking was pre-season. He came out of retirement.
Well,
This better be the deeper sleeper. Of
With the
car
sixth pick
after
of the 13th round, number
that.
160 overall, Bare Necessity selects Adrian Peterson, running back, Washington. Gridiron Gang is on the clock.
When Dyson's injured.
undoubtedly.
Who did you select as your kicker?
Matt Ryan. And I actually typed Matt Ryan the first time. It's very confusing.
Supply kicker.
He's everywhere.
Okay, you see.
Is Matt Bryant
It's
on
because
this
he's probably retired on your thing. He's literally just come out of retirement.
Oh, there he is.
Because then,
Giorgio
with the 7th
Savecchio
pick
was shit.
of the
We had
13th
Lev,
round,
which was shit.
number 151 overall, Gridiron Gang selects Carlos Hyde, running back Houston. Obi-Wan Kenobi is on the clock.
Says something about Chicago in most of the news the last 3 weeks of the preseason was which kicker was going to make it.
That was the whole preseason. That's
That was
all anyone cared about in Chicago.
What fun!
I don't even know. I don't even know who's won. Have they announced it?
Oh, they did.
Is it Eddie Pinheiro?
Yeah,
Was it? I thought Fry was doing better.
With the 8th pick of the 13th round, number 152 overall, Obi-Wan Kenobi selects Robbie Gold, kicker, San Francisco.
Of course he does.
Dream Team is on.
Back to cash for gold.
Yeah, back to cash for gold. Franchise is going back home. What is it made? Needs a kicker. Okay, Ross.
Ross has got a DST.
You don't
He's got a good.
dare think Adrian Peterson would be a byline of the draft.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
With the 9th pick of
Wasn't
the
that
13th
the
round,
first
number
round?
153 overall, the Dream Team selects Mason Crosby, kicker, Green Bay. And with the 10th pick of the 13th round, number 154 overall, Southampton Null selects Michael Badgley, kicker, LA Chargers. Ixan is on the clock.
Balls.
You wanted Michael Badgley?
I don't know how to spell that either. Fucking kickers.
Well, one of them.
Is a bloody kicker. That's it.
His whole draft ruined.
But I don't have eight.
I couldn't hear a word you were saying there.
Remember there.
Literally any of them will do.
How much the kickers retired?
Say again?
Who's retired?
Today.
Ben, I couldn't hear that, mate.
Have you had a stroke, Ben?
I think Cafe Neris.
I just switched to a number on kickers. Normally I just do.
Oh, just pick a kicker. It's a kicker.
You can always trade him on the.
Surely your spreadsheets don't do kickers as well.
Which team's just good enough they get to kick enough field goals.
Oh dear.
If you
Pick one
expire,
that's easy to spell.
Seattle.
Dallas.
pick is
they'll
in,
do.
pick is in, pick is in.
Brick Mayer.
Yeah. Minnesota, they'll do. Yeah, they paid a dime.
With the 11th pick of the 13th round, number 155 overall, Ixan selects Brett Mayer,
That's
kicker,
it.
Dallas.
That's what I've done as well.
Pakistan is on the clock.
Mr. Romero.
That's it. Who's irrelevant then this year?
For the 12th pick, the 13th round, number 156 overall, Mr. Irrelevant of the 2019 LOC Draft is actually a lot of Mr. Irrelevance because it's the Minnesota Vikings defense.
No.
All of them.
Their entire defense is irrelevant.
They're all irrelevant.
That concludes the 2019 LOC Draft. Best of luck this season.
Hey.
Let's analyse the draft.
Let's do it. Who won?
I don't think
According to my rankings, the Dream Team won.
I did.
But the problem is you got off ADP and they,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
ADP likes itself.
They were the top.
Did Ross come second by any chance?
No,
Overall on here,
Yes,
it's got Ixan. Me second. Forge, Tuck Fires, Pakistan, Dream Team, Radio. Well, replacement Radio Z.
Is my team last on both?
No, one.
okay, no.
Tom's. Maybe one going to be is a gridiron bringing up the rear.
I'll go for that.
The thing is, you can never go off what these
No, you can't.
these rankings, because rankings last time said I was fourth when we all started and we did the power rankings for the first week.
This team means don't change it. The strongest,
Don't come last.
strongest starting lineup is Dream Team by a long way.
What is that team?
The strongest bench, according to this, is have yourself a Mario ranks. Well, whatever
Rock.
it is, renamed the team
Um,
by a long way.
Biff's team is Wentz, Diggs, Ertz, Elliott, Johnson, Mixon, and then Crosby and Brown. And
That's
with the
all right,
bench
it's
of
not.
Howard, McDonald, and Joku, Henderson, and Thompson.
I'm not so sure about that.
No, it's
pretty
okay.
it's
But
got
like, we were just like saying earlier,
bad offenses.
with Joe Mixon, like if his offensive line's got that much worse, is he
Yeah.
going to be much?
I don't know.
There's always all these like computer rankings always.
That's right.
Like,
Yeah, it's always good to do this. Just
I say that because I always get like a C on that NFL one whenever it's like, oh, you got like your team. I always get like a C or C plus.
You put through Fantasy Pro with different to what you put through.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, because every site's got their own rankings.
NFL on PPR this year, wasn't it? So that's just irrelevant.
But it's that we're all playing standard, aren't we? So
Yeah.
thank
Exactly.
God, because I didn't.
I
I
noticed
don't
that
use
the
my standard
NFL has
rankings.
changed changed it to default.
Half
They say
point.
half PPR.
Half PPR.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
I've been trying to advocate for PPR for years. Not having it.
No one fancies the PPR.
I think you're a very small minority.
I wouldn't mind giving it a go
I'd
for
love
a year to see how it turns out. We can always go back after.
Yeah,
Not
I
this year, because
can't believe
obviously
super
standard.
flex got voted in.
But it, I mean,
Yeah.
it helps make some of the less relevant receivers more relevant. Because
But it makes the really good players even more.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
desirable, but everyone's still going to be.
and it makes wide receivers more desirable than. It's like, for example, if you've got someone like Chris Carson who's not catching any passes,
It devalues.
it devalues him. But then I think you take that into the draft prep, like you just go for later rounds.
Yeah. Oh well.
But then if he turns out he catches the ball, then you're like,
That's
all
true.
winner.
Oh, out of the number one PPR running back, if that makes a difference to you.
Who is?
Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, of course.
As
Far as by Alvin Kamara, I
It's
guess.
cool that this is a dream team's got the best starting lineup and the piss worst bench.
Yeah.
By a
What's
long
that
way.
bench?
His bench is garbage, yeah.
We've got garbage bench goes with it.
I imagine I'm probably just mid-table.
Whereas it's the other way around for Ross. He's got that absolute worst starting lineup by a long way and the best bench.
What's his starting
That's really weird
He
considering they were
has,
both fourth
he
overall.
had, let's go to quarterback.
Sorry, I'm just answering it.
That's it. We'll find out in a minute. Oh well, I'll go back with my team.
I'm content. There's a few little dodgy bits. I'm like,
The only
see
thing,
how it turns. It's all about week one. It's just like, for example, Rashad Penny. Depends how they split the load between them. He might just be the receiving back, and he might be all right,
So he might be alright.
or he might do fuck all. But we'll see week one.
the only thing I would have done differently was taking Murray ahead of Brady. I couldn't bring myself.
That's
to.
good. That's
But you've got to have at least one Patriots.
Yeah, that was. If I was thinking with my head, I would have just
Yeah.
taken Murray and not looked back.
no, that's understandable.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy.
I managed to come out. And,
Yeah, the fact you already had Goff actually.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Surprised you did it.
I managed to come out and
I've only got 4 running backs.
I can,
I've only got 3.
You don't really need them, man.
No,
in
no.
hindsight,
I come out with three number one running
The
backs.
problem with all the running backs sort of towards the end, they're all just so fucking risky.
Shit.
And you're like, oh,
It's
wide
really-
receivers
yeah.
are so much
Yeah,
safer.
you don't need running backs. It's really hard to justify taking the dart throws at running back
Yeah.
rather than receiver.
100%.
You're right.
100%.
That's why I'm a
Especially
little
this
bit
year.
like Penny. I'm sitting there going, oh, maybe I shouldn't have taken Penny. But
Especially this year, you don't need to. You know, you can quite comfortably take 5 receivers on your bench.
yeah, my bench has only got 1 running back on it.
But see, even if you lose your two of the 3 running backs, so what this year? So what? If you've got like decent guys,
And also with the smaller benches, there's more people to waiver wire.
that's true. Yeah, you've got more potential in that.
And yeah, I think this will be good. Still probably lost. It's just
No, I'm not sure about that. I think this is going to be the wide open, really.
I just went for the safe first round picks. I was just like, I didn't want Todd Gurley and Elliott coming anywhere near me. I was just like, ADP, what do we do with Elliott? Fucking draft him now, so I don't have to make that fucking decision.
Who is the other guy?
Viv,
But
I think he got it at the right
that'll
spot.
be
What's the
fine.
thing with Gurley?
He's got arthritis in his knee,
It's probably not.
It's not ideal.
Not too good for him.
but he's 25. It's and they're going to reduce his workload anyway. But it's just whether or not he gets
But like-
goal line work and stuff.
Yeah, it's like
And also, if his knee plays up, then they might go, sit out a couple of weeks. And when Gully's not playing, it's not. I think it's going to be Henderson, but it's going to be a bit of a committee role. Malcolm Brown's
I mean, I
a bit
saw
involved.
something. If you took away like 25% of his stats from last year, he still came like the number 6 running back or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
As long as he stays relatively healthy, he's fine. if you say the same with Dalvin Cook was brilliant.
Charleston
The problem is, he's never.
Just behind Dalvin Cook.
It's
Is it
Madison.
Madison,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're not got anyone else.
No, he's a good handcuff.
Well, when Dalvin Cook gets injured, that's going to be a hot wave wire pick up.
It's just whether or not Dalvin Cook gets injured in week 1 or week 10. You don't really want to be holding on to him for 10 weeks. He's not being used. It depends on how good the Vikings are. They were shit last year. Relatively.
I'm just gonna hope they're doing good this year.
Yeah, no, I just didn't want those picks because that was the same with last year. Because Nathan was chatting about, he might take Gronk before me.
Yeah.
I was like, please take him, Nathan, because I just don't want to have that option in front of me. Please take him. And then you took Jordan Howard, and I was sitting there going, you dick.
I mean,
No,
it
I've
doesn't
got
sound
to
much
get
better, I'll be honest.
So sad.
He's just messed up. Palestine stores it.
In a car that you can't sell it.
Yeah, apparently not. It's all on the track. That's a bit cake. That'd be another formation, that. You wait. Got it.
Maybe. It might be the football. Check that. What have you Philly sports?
That's it.
How many rookies has everyone got? I've only got one this year.
Rookies, I forgot.
I don't think I have it.
I've got Kyler Murray. It's my only quarterback. Seems high risk.
Yeah.
But it depends on week 1,
But
really.
just
to see how
celebrities is on free agency stuff.
Yeah.
Because people, because obviously they were quite bad in pre-season, but there were people saying,
Yeah,
maybe they're hiding what they're going to be doing.
straight
With
away.
the air raid,
Yeah, another one.
we didn't really see any air raid. So
Maybe
hopefully
react
they
to
just
week
they turn
one.
up and they're fucking good.
Cookie's not going on my eye or anything, is he?
No.
Beat you,
no,
mate.
it's-
I don't know. Well,
Got a bit
Patrick Mahomes was
excited.
exactly the same thing, saying it was garbage. Like, not garbage offense, but it was an offense that wasn't that explosive into one that was.
Because they hide what they're doing, they don't let people research it as much.
Yeah, that's right.
So it might be alright.
Can't always go run around a lot. I think that's something you've got.
You've got a baseline, haven't you?
Yeah, I think there's Ollie got because Ollie picked up Lamar somewhere online.
Ollie,
Yeah.
you got Lamar Jackson.
But he's also got Rodgers as well.
Really early, didn't he?
He got him like
Yeah.
round 7 or something.
That's right. Yeah.
Because I was thinking, do I take Lamar Jackson at the beginning of the 8th? And I was like, Ollie going like beginning of 7th. Fuck.
Yeah, I was thinking about as soon as I filled up my starters, going Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray back to back, just to see what happened.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you know,
Probably
one of
not.
them's one of them's gonna be epic, really.
We hope.
Because I was going to do the Lamar Jackson and then put Josh Allen.
Well, Josh Allen's a really good pickup. By the way.
Yeah, I think he's either going to be really good or really shit. And if he's really shit, drop him.
I don't think he was shit. I think he was.
He was number 1 QB last 5 weeks.
That's 5 weeks last year. He was excellent.
Just hope he follows that through.
Kimmy and Verstappen.
Yes,
Kimmy and Verstappen.
that's a problem.
And also, he wears my number from football, and he's got the same last name as me.
There you go.
17 Allen. Yeah.
Keep it in the family.
I'm sitting there, oh fucking hell, that's why that.
There he is.
Weird.
He go straight on.
That's Kimmy, that's Verstappen. That's Max B.
Oh, smash day.
Max B at practice, isn't it?
There's no room there.
Is he going to go into the wall?
Straight.
Yeah, into it.
That's got a problem in it now.
It is.
I remember last time it was absolutely fucking boiling. Everyone was like, couldn't wait to get
I
out.
don't think we could open windows for some reason last year. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because the field would have fallen out.
You just don't go all the way again.
Too many children
Can't
can't
trust Phil.
That was dark.
He's so skinny that he's definitely going through those.
What's that?
Carl signs up for a stall, I assume. That's just trying to get involved in it.
Yeah, probably. Because it's up to Max, isn't it?
Is this the same
Yeah,
podium
it's so
we've had
back.
all the years, or
Yeah.
do you make a new one every now and again?
That's the same.
Send it up, actually.
I had to patch it up.
It's held up.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's interesting.
Has he just started?
Yeah, it's been a couple of laps, I think. All the standard term 1 shenanigans.
What happened? Was that turn 1, Mac? Did that?
Yeah.
Get on. Fuck.
I think Verstappen's out.
I'd
Quickly get rid of the chapter because
safe.
I mean, exit turn 1 it was dead
I
red.
suppose, yeah. They're not going to take any sort of risk now.
His
That's
first
the thing,
what,
this weekend.
Yeah.
That was
Oh, it's
unbelievable.
two.
shot.
2 Ferraris.
Oh, fucking hell.
I couldn't mind watch that thing yesterday. I was watching it, and then the world feed, like, just it was like John Lacey's son walking away from the accident. Like, I don't know what's going on here. They wouldn't replay it, obviously, because it's, you know.
Well, because the one I saw, the one they showed on TV, there were 3 cars. One was upside down. I was like, oh. The second one was in bits on the side.
Yeah.
And the third one, I couldn't see the car.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't see the body. I could just see, like,
It just broken
some of
apart.
the main
Yeah.
Was that the Formula 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, he died.
Yeah,
22 years old, wasn't he?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, it's
Horrible.
grim.
Did you
Absolutely.
actually
grim.
watch the race?
it sounds alright.
I didn't turn it on until later on, but you can tell with the commentator's reaction.
How did you? How did the accident happen? Like,
So he was at top of Eau Rouge, and he just like there was somebody absolutely binned it at the top of there. And what I assume's happened is that he's hit the barrier, he's rolled over, and then the guy who's got killed has gone up the hill and then hit him on the side.
oh, fuck.
So his car's just gone everywhere, just having it splitting up.
No, I'm pretty sure the guy that died had a moment on the way up. He was sideways up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so he's got across the circuit like.
And he hit the barrier.
Was
Almost.
that a 2-year-old kid driver?
Yeah, that's right.
He
Yeah,
hit the barrier on one side.
Accident.
And then came out to the track and someone hit him at exactly the same time. It's pretty
Some- It's so yeah.
Yeah, where is it?
pretty horrible.
Shame, really.
So do I need to do anything, Nathan, to join this?
So if you message me your email address, and I will basically run the thing and invite you to take over the team, and then you'll need to set up, if you don't have one already, set up an account on NFL.
So Nige can't sneak in and change all your team. To be honest, you probably want Nige to do it because he somehow always wins. So
Yeah.
you should say, Nigel, do you want to come over? with me?"
I'm just going to try and not.
Even if he's associated, even if he doesn't do anything for the team, his presence in the team.
It's definitely 2 cars, though, isn't it? If one goes off that,
It's the second hit. You know.
that is one car splitting off, isn't it?
Well, yes, that's the floor. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the guy. So there's one guy. This guy with the white bins it up the hill. There you go. There he goes. And then the guy in the pink car behind him hits him 195 miles an hour.
This is the worst angle. If I look at this one. So he hits the wall, and you see the really slow car here, and then he comes out and just goes.
Oh, was that the guy that died?
Yeah, it's not good. So there must, if you look,
I can't
there's
believe we got
like
out
a
the
slow car
draft without the
so
Bucks
obviously
running
yeah.
back in draft.
he obviously hit him and
Bang.
There are officially starting running backs
No,
in the
it's
NFL that haven't been drafted.
It's good to be in a 150 pick
Yeah.
league again.
Has he not been-
Oh, 10 team depth, how I've missed you.
He'll still be value on the waiver wire.
Makes it a bit more competitive, then, doesn't it?
Oh, it just means if you suffer an injury, it's not a death now. You can still.
Found that last
Sign got an over actually.
Just no running backs on the waiver whatsoever. I was
Yeah,
sitting there,
safety
I waiting
cars
for
wouldn't give
a
it
running
that.
back on the
That's
waiver
not-
wire. I missed
I guess it's in the way,
obviously, it was all right for the first
Yeah,
like,
if someone
a
was straight,
couple
yeah.
of weeks, and then
you know, go down that escape.
nothing.
There we go.
Yeah, I don't know what my team is going to be like, but I guess I'll find out.
Nobody knows. Everyone loves their team when they walk out the draft, and then it all goes to shit week 1. How did I score only 20 points?
How can you see like the matchups and stuff? Is it all on the?
It'll be on the
Yeah, it's
website.
all on the site.
So it'll show you who you're playing, and you'll have sort of projections for both teams. Projections are a bit dodgy. They're always a bit weird and wonderful. But yeah,
Yeah, sometimes it tells you you're going to win by like 50.
and then you lose by like.
Sometimes it'll tell you a DST will score like 400 points.
It's all done on Madden.
Oh, that's funny when that happens.
It's all done off like Madden scores as well, isn't it?
Madden simulations.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
What is that all about?
Have like some second string running back that ends up getting only 200 yards. How do they even do that? Is it just go for a computer and it's just using the Madden software, or is it
I
like,
don't know.
or do you just have two?
Just a load of like sitting in rooms. Just one guy, yeah, plays it every matchup each week.
He gets paid for that. Says that James Winston's going to be throwing 7 interceptions this week. Oh shit!
Sounds a bit
Yeah,
realistic,
that's
doesn't it?
based on real life.
It doesn't need anyone to do anything.
This could be as long as he throws 7 touchdowns as well. I'm all right.
I think that's what they're going for. Just doesn't matter how many picks he throws, as long as he throws more touchdowns.
He's going to have something crazy like like 35 touchdowns and like 35 picks at the end of the year.
If he doesn't lead the year in INTs this year, I'm going to be amazed. And that's not to say I think he's going to do badly. I just think he's definitely going to throw.
Oh god, yeah, he always does. He always throws unbelievable amount. There's normally a couple of game at least. But I'm just going to see if Bruce Arians has spoken to him, has whispered in his ear, and becomes amazing, or if not, he's been. Gone. Boys, you still got a chance, Mike.
Hey?
Might drop him.
I'll be in the slips. Wait the catch. I don't have any Tampa players.
You should have got an email now, Mike.
Should have gone Peyton Barber.
Still can. Still on.
I was going to say, feel free.
There's like a free agent. I don't know what. There's like a free agent pool on there, so you can like add and drop people.
You pick Melvin Gordon, which he could get traded there.
But he's
And then
also, but you've also got Justin Jackson, who will be good when
That's
Allen's
true.
not about.
I'll be complete. That wasn't my pick. But
Yeah, that's good.
I may have been informed about Justin Jackson. But
Yeah. No, it's just
Justin
we've
Jackson's
had
the
a month or so to plan, and you've had about a morning, so.
less than that.
I only started reading mocks yesterday.
But
Yeah,
you knew
right.
about this. You knew about this. Mike didn't. It's not. It's only certain amount you can do, really.
I did about 20 of them yesterday, mind you.
Not fair play.
Right, teams are
Yeah,
all on the
just,
system.
So do I need to make an? I need to make an account first.
Does that mean they're on the phone?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe I have.
Yeah, well,
I
Gonna race for the first wave round.
Hit them up every other day or something.
Yeah, who was
back
that?
to back. Just refining my track.
Peyton Barber, Kevin Ronald Jones, but with his James Samuels, Zeta Smith,
Did you
Big
find
Ben,
that a lot of
Dak,
the QBs went
Mike
off around
Andrews'
or
name,
stepped
Ryan
all day?
It's all good. Another mocks I've done. First 3 quarterbacks, no chance there. But I might not have taken Brady. Like, I might, because Brady probably would have gone undrafted if I
I
didn't take
think
him.
between.
'Cause you would have taken a quarterback off those bunch, presumably.
Every time. I'm just sitting there going,
Probably would have taken back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really notice that so much.
And
I'm
then,
going to pick someone up, which
I
maybe
think it depends on the
Yeah.
format.
I'm going to drop it. I might do it now, just
ADGs
for
as
fun.
well.
yeah, the stills there as well. Like, I was a bit surprised. I know. It'll
Oh, I
take-
had forgotten to take Steels into account, actually.
oh, there you go. Like,
Still on way away.
Hasn't he been traded?
to the Texans.
To the
Yeah,
Texans.
that's what I'm saying. Because Tom Cruise.
When do we get these rankings? Do they come through automatically?
Well, the fantasy site will generate some at some point today. My dad's one's on. I don't know if we can screenshot it and put it in the group chat. I can put mine on the group chat too.
Cool.
Or have you got your thing come through already?
No. I'll probably take a few hours.
I'm just going
I think we missed it.
It's going to be so
See you guys.
See you later, Ben. Thanks for
See
joining.
you then.
See you, Ben.
Ben. So you wanted to hear Ross's team, and Ross's team was Matt Ryan,
Yeah.
Devontae Adams, Michael Thomas, Josh Jacobs, Murray Cooper, and Tevin Coleman. Michael Badgley and the Ravens.
It's not bad.
Kicking deep. Bench, Cook, Sanders, Geis, Hunt, and Pollard.
It's not bad. It's bad. To be honest. It's going to be the worst.
Coleman's a bit. Who
He's a
knows?
bit like that, but he's also.
Jacobs is high upside. Bum ankle. No.
Literally, I like you were
Murray
fourth place
Cooper.
overall.
Oh, yeah, yes, yeah. And also, as I loved him last year, he's a very boom and bust
What are the numbers actually?
sort of player, frustrating to have on your team. Because the weeks you. Oh, he's doing fuck all. You take him off, put him on your bench, and he scores like 30 points. Okay. I'm not around the 5th and 6th month, so it's not bad. Mid.
Okay. The numbers mean one thing.
It's so marginal as well. Like you look at my rankings, so aside from Obi-Wan Kenobi and Tom, I don't know why you're solo Tom. Most of the league is between 87 and 93. 95. It's so marginal.
So you wouldn't expect there to be really much between.
No, exactly. Not pretty going. Pre-season.
Got bad QB apparently.
Yeah. Who did you take again?
Just,
The thing is, all the colours are. It's saying top 4 based on weekly average, then the middle's in white, and then the top bottom like 4 or 3rd or whatever is in red. So if you look at yours is 20.4,
It's not that
whereas
far off,
mine is 21.
and it's
It's red. But then ahead of me is 21.4 is fine. 21
also-
on the dream team is
yeah,
fine.
it's fine.
So it's so marginal.
yeah, be minute, like it's a 0.001 or something. Like, yeah.
I got 10.3 for Murray. Everyone else is over 20.
19.3, isn't it?
Oh, mine's really fuzzy.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a 19.
Oh, that makes a ton more sense. I was going to say, that's ridiculous. I get that he's a rookie.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Mid-table.
It's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, what it is.
I don't know what it is, but whenever I do the Fantasy Pro stuff, even when I do the mock drafts, it's like, starting the match pretty shit. The bench is awesome. I don't know how I do it every single time.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
I was actually curious. I did a little fancy pros mock, and I thought I'm going to pick every player that they suggested me and see what the team looks like. All right, I picked every player they suggested, and you think I'll get an A+. I got like a B.
Yeah.
So I was like, but I picked which people you told me to pick, and it was just it was all right. It was like an ADP team.
Yeah.
Just babysitting.
That's weird. So Dad gave his rankings from whatever he did. I've just gone on the league power rankings on Fantasy Pros. I was bottom on yours. It says I'm 7th. So it's like, what are you doing?
Make up your mind. Yeah.
Rivers
And I think also because we're doing Superflex,
What is your team?
your players, depending on where they are in.
Or is it on the fantasy side?
Yeah, you can go check it. I'll check the start.
I also found that if you rearrange your team to how you would have it for week 1, it would really put it up
Yeah.
as well because it puts the first person into the first slot. So if you pick wide receiver, it goes to the wide receiver running back slot. So then you're starting running backs
Yeah,
go on the bench.
So that's the thing. It's put DJ Moore as a starter in for me because I drafted him after Lindsay. So Lindsay is
on your
actually
bench, yeah.
so
That's why it's all messed up.
it's fucking it around
But you
again.
need to have it redone basically
Yeah,
after everything's replaced. And even then, it doesn't mean anything.
Exactly. It still means nothing.
When do the rosters lock?
So
for a week?
it's not like English fantasy. They'll lock at game time. So if the game starts on the Thursday night,
happens.
locks a kickoff.
But if the player hasn't played, you can swap them in.
Exactly. So even on Sundays, for example, when the games start at 6 and 9, if the 6 p.m. games are kicked off, you can still change.
I guess that's pretty useful because if the player gets a knock on a Friday or something.
It's so much better than the English one, where if someone's injured or something, you just don't know, you can't do anything. But unless you can do it right up until, so you'll know if they play or not. Right, let me chuck some starts.
All of my starters play on the West Coast.
What?
Near enough, apart from one. Sorry, apart from David Miller.
Is that part of your? Is that part of your draft?
That's it. Yeah.
Like only West Coast players.
I'm going there in 3 weeks' time, so I can go watch him properly. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, McCaffrey Newton against Los Angeles, proper Los Angeles, then
Proper Los Angeles.
against not proper Los Angeles, and Marlon back against the Chargers.
Excuse me.
It's gonna be so hard to starting lineups.
Yeah.
Who do I start?
If it can't submit, it doesn't like save
No, it's just saves it for now.
just in case. I'm
So you've got like Melvin Gordon, who's like not with the team.
Yeah.
So can you put that in your reserve spot still?
No, I don't. You can try, but I don't think that's one of the tags where it lets you.
I think it's
So
only IR
there should be a
Suspended,
raise
yeah.
at the bottom there, isn't there? That doesn't open up. So sometimes.
Richard Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, that's so
Right.
that
You
kind
did
of,
like the little notes me, like NWT. I get that.
so not that's not what team. If you click that,
He was on my
you
don't
can
go
play
near
news,
this.
which sometimes is good and sometimes
Yeah.
is bad. Like AJ
If I
Green,
got Chubb, I
for
would have
example.
maybe.
Like you're not going to see what it's like till week 10.
But
By
he's not that badly injured. He's gonna be out all season. So that's the thing. He's got a decent stash because when he comes back, he'll hit the ground running.
Who?
AJ Green.
Oh yeah, he could be back as soon as week 3.
Yeah. So that's not bad. If you can get by without him, which looks like you can.
That should help the Cincinnati.
Obviously, drop Melvin Gordon, which is not playing yet.
I mean, yeah.
And put Josh in draft and then good.
Yeah.
You can definitely get by without. That's right. Doesn't matter. You don't have substitutes here as well.
So if he doesn't play, tough shit.
Exactly that. 0 points.
Who did Ollie take as his QB? Ollie Burdett.
He's Rodgers and Jackson.
That is definitely the best QB room.
What Aaron Rodgers?
That was kind of what I was planning to do. Like,
Those
take
two.
a punt on Jackson, yeah. Because he could break the fantasy scoring.
Like about a month ago, he was quite a steal. He's just absolutely shot up. He was running.
Yeah,
the
you are
10th, 11th
right,
round.
yeah.
He shot like
Yeah,
ninth.
you're right.
Oh, so Pat, when you said you make your own logos, you weren't kidding. You actually do.
I made
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. You don't have to because Ollie Burdett uses the basic sort of grey. But it's not the grey helmet anymore, isn't it? It's all been updated.
It's an NFL helmet on my screen.
Yeah, but yeah, he's got.
That, I think
he's
it
got
kept
enough for
Nigel's
this.
logo for you because I just invited you to take over it.
Yeah, I've got
And I
like
changed
ADR, like a skull.
Yeah,
skull
yeah. So
helmet.
you can go and change that. There's some like default ones built on the side. But if you want,
You can,
you can. We all
play around Photoshop.
I think everyone's got that.
apart from Ollie, I think it's still got this.
Once the
That's good,
Pakistan
it's a good
logo
count.
with the dream.
I saw that. I like that.
My proudest achievement. That should be in the Hall of Fame, shouldn't it? Just be my logo.
The dream team just have a thumbs up, like Facebook.
Yes, you didn't have one for a long
There
time.
was basically quite an argument. There were so many teams, like there was like 3 teams or something that had the grey, just standard grey helmet, and they got to the point like, right, someone's got to go.
Got
And
to
Ollie
check
was
Ollie's
in the
like, I'm
league
not
the
changing. I'm
longest,
teaming
so-
the grey
No, it
helmet.
didn't cut. They played for it in one of the forfeit matches.
Oh, did they? Was that it? Oh.
Ollie won the right to. In fact, he's done well out of forfeit matches. He won the right to the grey helmet.
Yeah.
It must
It was
and
since I did the bring
and
him
he
in.
won the right to his own name in the forfeit
Oh,
And also,
matches.
didn't he change Phil's name? Oh, no.
Yeah, Andy. Did he? Yeah, did he make Phil tank
Gasly
with tank face?
For the year,
Yes, he did.
That was brilliant as well.
That's it, yeah, exactly.
yeah.
That's like,
This is the cursed car.
that is, yeah, it's slowed it down. Good for Norris, though, I like that. Fox Sports.
What is it? I don't care.
Wait, why did you have
Why is
Kirk
it okay?
Cousins, Tom? What did I do?
I've picked up Kirk Cousins.
Oh, okay. I was just filling in rosters. I was like, hey, how do you have
Yeah, I have Kirk Cousins.
So what do you do? Like, kick
Please pick off the waiver wire already.
Yeah.
I
Sorry, I was
regretted,
looking at the waiver wire already.
I regretted picking up Putin. I don't really want to start.
So can
my
you do
week
something?
with
Let's
one
say
and
I
Tottenham
was
to play in
like
Atlanta.
5 o'clock
We
on
all
Sunday.
have
Yeah.
that.
Because you drop them at 4:59,
Yeah,
and as soon as it gets to 5 o'clock, you bring them back in for the team you bought in.
no, because they go straight back onto waivers. So you can't, no one can pick them up.
If you drop them, they get locked when they start playing, and then they're locked until Tuesday night. Is it when you can submit?
Yeah, you can drop players that start playing if they're not in your starting lineup.
You can't pick them back
But
up.
you can't pick a player up that start playing.
And would you drop a team for a week or?
You mean like a defense or?
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah. So you can drop the defense if you want. Yeah.
But is it something you would do, or would you rather have them?
Depends how valuable. If they're really good, you might want to keep holding. But if they're just like no better
Or
than
we
the
want to
others,
get Phil. Ooh.
quite a lot of DSTs are like matchup based.
It's like, okay.
So you'll be chopping and changing quite a lot. But like, yeah, for example, you don't want to drop your really good players if they're on a bye or injured necessarily. You want to try and keep that's where the bench comes in, like in fantasy.
So it's like on the bench, you don't have any bench kickers or bench team.
No, yeah, because the drop off from the kicker in your team to one just you can pick up is minimal compared to the
Whoa.
drop off from a.
When you put Didi in his lineup, you should put Didi in there.
Didn't I?
No, just looking at it.
I was just chucking players on.
I just pressed optimise on mine,
How did you?
so don't worry about mine. Oh, my optimisers left out James Conner, my first round pick.
You're trying to optimise and do something you don't for his first game. Oh.
I can't leave out Conner. I don't want to
Does
leave
it
out Conner.
doesn't even.
I could start Brady in the first week.
Oh, it says Phil Beasley.
After all of that.
Oh, did he put yeah,
Who's Goff got?
Carolina away.
it's always
Stricken. Whereas Brady against Pittsburgh at home on Sunday night.
Yeah, I kind of want to play Josh Gordon, I think.
Oh, that's why.
Or Godwin again. Oh, this is impossible. How are we going to be able to set starting lineups?
You're
Your
welcome.
idea was that.
You're welcome.
God, I wish I had a tight end I didn't want to play right now.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Like we've become a 10-team league again, where you have all this like, who do I play?
That's the thing, as I was looking at it going, oh, like, maybe I should put Miles Sanders in for the first week to sort of see how he goes. I was like, but who do I change him out?
First game is late tomorrow. No,
Thursday. How do I stop live show?
What is the opening game?
Because
Chicago.
it's